What's up, guys? We are live. Oopsies. Sign in to chat. We're live on YouTube. Okay. Something different about YouTube Live versus Twitch is that I can't type in chat directly from Streamlabs, so I'm just here setting that up a little bit. One moment. But we're gonna join an arena. Let's see what we got arena-wise. Play arena tournaments. What's up, Pepper Westwood? Seek the truth. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, I got my Gambit glasses right here, all ready to go. 30, 50, 10, 10. Let's do 50. Start them off nice and easy. How's everyone doing today? I am doing great. Big day at the office. And I went to boxing. Oh, look, my water bottle's green, like my screen behind me. So this is kind of crazy. Look at this. Gatorade should pay me. 2415. I mean, I was reading my own rating. 2029. Got an Alakine in our first stream of the day. Second stream on YouTube Live. Well, let me tell the Discord that I'm live. Where could they find me, actually? I don't even know what the link would be. Give me one moment. Yeah, I'm actually not sure what the link is right now to share. Sorry, it's my turn. C5 is kind of a funny move, fighting against D4. Didn't really expect that. I could get an Alapin. Actually, this would transpose right back into an Alapin, and maybe I'll do it. So, okay, share. Copy link. Okay, we got E6. Now let's take the center with D4. We've got a nice pawn chain going here. So now against D6, I can replace, keep that strong. What to play here? Something I might want to do is like bishop D2, and then because knight C3 I want to play. Yeah, well, I was gonna play bishop D3, but I thought he might go bishop A6 in one move. And if he did that, then I was just going to take it from there. So, okay, let's finish this plan with knight c3, and bishop takes c3. The bishop looks a little funny here, but it's going to be supporting this pawn that would otherwise maybe come under a lot of stress. Bishop d3 I would play, but knight b4 seems potentially annoying. I think I just go bishop b1. I think it's no big deal, and this is the ideal diagonal. Do I have like a napkin or something? Want to wipe the surface off for my mouse. Knight e7 is a bit of a funny move. Something I could do is like h4, because I feel like I could just castle like a normal person. But knight g5 is interesting. h6, queen h5, g6, step back. It's very playable. I'm going to play this move h4. It feels aggressive. I guess this was their idea. I'm not really too concerned by this. Let's go like rook h3. I think it's kind of interesting. Leaves an open question as to what they're going to do. I guess I actually kind of forgot about knight f4 all of a sudden. Let's go rook g3, though. Attack this pawn. And I would love for them to castle into this. Seems very dangerous. And something I can do is honestly king f1, king g1. And my king feels totally safe there, like normally castled, while I got my rook out. What's up, Mr. Bader? You have not missed much. This is my first game. Welcome to the stream, sir. Let's go bishop d2. Maybe we want to keep this guy. We want to keep this guy, and knight f4 seemed annoying. If knight b4, I'll play bishop b1, and I'll kick him out next turn. Okay, they did go for that. Take, take. Take, take, rook h3. Maybe not. Alright, let's just go rook h3 right now. Yeah, I thought trade, but then I have I had a hard time maybe keeping the queen out of h1 there. So let's play something like queen b3. Keep that away. I feel like this mouse could be better. Here's h5. g5 would be annoying. I think the pawn I lost is maybe not a great pawn to lose, all things considered. Alright, I think we should castle in king b1. Gotta get this rook into the game. Yeah, probably not a great start. I regret losing this pawn. I think I messed this up. Let's go here. a4, a3. It wasn't a huge deal, but I wanted to stop it if I could. I think something I should have done with h5, though, is try to generate these threats, and it's not something I was able to do. So, yeah. I think this was kind of poorly played on my part. Let's try to control this square, at least. Bishop g5 is going to be my next move. Make a trade, knight takes, maybe knight e4 and get in there. These are my dreams. These are my dreams. See if I can make them come true. Takes, takes, h4, rook g4. I can keep the defense of everything. Am I missing anything serious? Yeah, so they've kept their king in the middle a long time, but I think I'm going to finally make them reckon with potential check. Potential check. So they went that way. They tucked tail and ran. It's interesting to go check. I guess trade, they have queen f4. I can come across and take it. I think it's an interesting idea. I want to take, go here and here. But this is a good move. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to lose my pin. Or... yeah, I want to keep this pawn. But then this is annoying. Check, and I have to deal with these back rank threats, which is exactly what I was kind of trying to avoid. Yeah, like here and here. This is hopefully not a big deal. I just want to do that. They're threatening to... oh, wait. I got that covered. Because takes, takes, check. I would go queen takes c1. And then I would be up a rook in that endgame. So they need to stop that. I can go here to make a threat. Queen f5 takes, takes, and takes g7. Queen still guards c1. I can't forget about that. Or else they can take and checkmate. My mouse feels a little slow. So how do you defend against this? You gotta go queen e2. But queen e2, I would play g4. Yeah, my queen's very well placed. It makes all the threats here, and then guards c1, which is really just their one idea. So I think we're looking pretty good, actually. Thanks to this pawn and my idea of take and checkmate. Yeah, I think this just loses by force. Takes, I have queen g7, and king g8. Oh, I wanted to demonstrate that. But if king g8, I was going to go check. I think this is the only way to win, because queen h6 takes and they survive, right? But the way to win here is check, just to bring the king to the h-file for a tempo here and mate. And otherwise, black loses. Here, they were still able to get away with it with queen c1. take here because the queen will guard the h6 square. That's a cool situation. So I can't get into h6, and the queen can hang out right there. That's an interesting spot, but they missed it. They played queen f5 after thinking for a while, and rook takes h5 ends the game due to this, oops, not that pattern, but this pattern. So I think I kind of got away with one there. And played pretty poorly. Let me... we're going to play better, though. Okay. Message sent in Discord. Wow, this guy berserked me. Much respect. Much respect, sir. Alright. Thank you, Darkwing. You drew with Arjun Aragasi today. I am extremely impressed. Congratulations. This was just like online on chess.com or something? Or was it in some online tournament? Let's go queen b6. Can attack here. So it's my opponent played knight f3, bishop f4, like the delayed London, if you will. So we weren't able to play London Crusher, but we're still able to try and attack b2. And well, my opponent's 1356, but they know some London theory here. We get this endgame, and I will try to go b4 as quickly as possible. So yeah, b2 is the one thing you can really attack in Londons because the bishop moves very quickly. So queen b6, my opponent, and then I was able to play c4 with the queen here, because rather than taking, letting them go a takes, I got to capture and open this file, which is good for me. As I use this file, and we'll probably play b4 next. So a3 doesn't stop b4 because I still have this pin on the rook, so they can't use that. It would just be like c takes, knight takes. But if they're able to achieve a3 and rook c1, say, in one turn, then I kind of never have play on the queen side again, save getting a knight to this square. I'm honestly okay with this trade. It's a little bit weird, but it's fine with me. Still, they're not defending this rook yet. If they were defending that rook, then I would be in a bit more urgent situation. But okay, I'm going to play b4 regardless. Something I want to do is takes and bishop a3. My bishop eyes the... yeah, I think I might do that right now, because this bishop is doing great work stopping rook b1. And so this is a very serious threat, just bishop b2 and taking this pawn, and it's not obvious how to stop that. It is not obvious. In fact, this rook is trapped. This bishop just took away its last couple squares. Title Tuesday, and then you beat Pranesh. Congratulations. Wow. Great Title Tuesday for you. I'm even just going to recapture here because the rook is that stuck. Hello. What do I think of going for a Rui or two knights as black if I'm low elo and people aren't going for the Bushgas Gambit Stafford bait? So we're talking like e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5, and then like what do they play? Like knight c3? I'll take the rook first. So they'll take here, and then I'll collect this. Yeah, man, that's an incredible Title Tuesday. I know I already said it, but it bears repeating. My bishop is so well located, stopping rook e1, controlling this, and now we've just got a beast of a pawn mass here that should be pretty good. Let's play h6 and chase you right back. I guess bishop h5 was their idea. Oh, if that were a queen's, often... I think my opponent got confused because often like queens come to d1 to attack things, but it does not have a pin here. It's a bishop. It's a bishop. There's no pin. Otherwise, it would have stopped me from taking this knight. Because it came from d1, I think that was the confusion. It's pretty funny. Like, is this just cruel, just to really lock the bishop out? I think it's just kind of mean, but I'll do it anyway. I'm going to trade off the rooks. And we roll. Do I know the Vienna Queen E2 Gambit? Tell me. I mean, like, in terms of your question, like, the Rui or the two knights as black is never going to be an issue for you, of course. Obviously, when I play, I try to get something more out of the opening. I try to play some aggressive and tricky stuff to try and get them. So, you know, I definitely play bishop c5 on move 2, as he said, especially online and such. As for what to do when they decline it, I do have a whole video dedicated to Bushgas Gambit deniers. The Icelandic Gambit is, tell me if I'm wrong, e4, d5, takes, knight f6, c4, e6, dx e6, bishop c5, e takes f7, check, king takes f7. If that's it, then I would love to play that position with black, but I would not love to play the Scandi with black. Because, I mean, if you're playing the Scandi with black, I mean, they're not going to go c4 every time. They're also not going to go d takes e6 every time. And they're also not going to go e takes f7 every time. In fact, c4 is not the most common or most advisable move. Like, they should be playing knight f3 or d4, and then just after knight takes d5, right, d4, c4, like black's just a little bit worse. I mean, I know there's some other things you could try there. By the way, we got a Goring. We've got a Goring on the board here. I was kind of just on autopilot there because I've played this a million times, but this is the Goring Gambit, the one and only. Don the glasses. Let's go knight takes d4. Oh, what happened to my event list? I'm sorry. Well, actually, wait. That event list only makes sense for Twitch. I'll make one for, just for YouTube that will maybe display new subscribers and such. Let's go knight c6 here. I think this is Goring theory. This line that they play, I mean, I'll analyze this more a little after, but it can be very good for white in that this is really annoying. Like the knight on c6 can get very bothersome if you're black. I think my opponent handled it a decent way, though. I'm just going to trade here, and I think this is a little bit better for me just because my pawn structure is intact and such. Let's start him out with a bishop e3, and then on c4, then this knight will come in. So I like arguably I was a little bit down development, but like that's not going to be the case in just a moment. This check seems annoying. The question is knight a3 or knight d2. I think I'll hit him with a knight a3. There's no time for rook b8 because of this. So next, do we get him with a knight b5? I think what we want to maximize annoyingness is to first check, put the king on e8. There's nowhere else to go. Now knight b5, hitting c7. There's no rook c8 to defend. Knight d5, I can take it, I believe. Takes because that's a brutal fork. And then otherwise, your only way to defend c7 with this being cut off from king d8 was rook c8. And if rook c8 I'm going to take, then we'll do that dance again. So knight d5 my opponent plays, but so here's the question. Take, check, king d7. If I take d5 there, then there's king c6, which might fork me. So, or, I mean, I could just maybe try and just snag a pawn here with knight takes a7. Which might be more advisable. The other option is take king d7. If I take the rook takes a8, then that probably wasn't what I wanted either. there's take, rook d1, but there's just e6. So take, knight takes d5, king c6. I don't have any tricks there. So maybe I should just grab this. King d7, run back. King c6. That's annoying, isn't it? Maybe bishop takes then is the best. The c6 check. Yeah, this is the cleanest pawn, believe it or not. Because c6... Well, this is... No, well, c6, what I'm going to do is knight check, king d7, and bishop c5. I think we're fine after, like, rook a5, knight b7 or knight e4. So, yes, this was to be expected. Rook takes d5. I don't think I can play because c takes b5 leaves these under attack. So we got to go with this line check. Bishop c5. There's rook a5, but I think... Unless I misjudged this, which is possible. Oh, I have bishop b4. Great move, bishop b4. Using the fact that I got the rook opening this way, if they take me. C takes b4, then we're in business. In fact, takes, I can... No, I can't go knight takes c4 check. Knight takes c4 check is interesting. Yeah, wait, knight takes c4 check. Rook d5. C takes... Well, c takes b4 is already guaranteeing me something. Knight takes rook d5 check. King c7. I mean, yeah, we're already in business if we go for this. I'm already up a minimum of 2 pawns after this. Because knight takes c4 I'm going to play next with check. Honestly, it wasn't looking good even if they didn't take that. I mean, I said it kind of like it was a blunder. Yeah, this is just a pawn. Takes his check so they can't grab my knight. So we are looking good. And I'm willing to trade this. Maybe knight e3 is just simpler. E3. Oh, well, that's actually, it was probably pretty stupid. I have to deal with bishop takes a2. Oh, yeah, they should have traded. Bishop takes a2 was annoying. Let's just go a3. All right, let's just keep everything solid here as we improve our pieces. Rook d4 against... I was going to go rook d2, but there would have been rook takes b4, as I would have lost defense here. c5 I don't think is a great move. I'll just go rook c1 and maybe make a big trade right there. Unless I can just win this outright. Check. Take... Well, wait. Rook takes c5. I think rook takes c5, and I'm up 3 pawns. King takes d6, takes b5, and otherwise, that is the 3rd pawn. Look at that. Look at that. This has been exquisite technique, if I do say so myself, and my opponent just has had enough. My opponent has had enough of just getting outplayed. And now, yeah, if they go here or here, I will go to the other one. Yeah, I just needed to make the move to one of those. And we got him. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Sorry, I just missed a lot of messages. They'll usually play bishop c4, knight f6, d3. Yeah, I do have a video on that as well, about what to do against bushgas deniers that just do that. In fact, I'll find that and link that for you. Oh, yes, Mr. Matt Bader references. As you get to Graef's level. You check what I do against it on Lead Chess? That's pretty funny, actually. What's up, Fonzie? I mean... Like, what are the systems we're talking about exactly? Like, I want them to castle short, as I've shared in some YouTube content. Maybe I'll make a video more in depth about this, if we're not sure what to do. But like the people that don't castle short, like if they castle short, I'm really happy because I want to castle long and I want to get them with h6, g5, g4, right? Otherwise, I don't know why I berserked when we're kind of having a chill time here. Otherwise, I mean, if they castle along, then it's like they're white and they just kind of did something boring and equal out of the opening. And this was not a good way to handle the Nimzovich counter gambit, by the way. Knight f3 is not a great way to handle it due to this. e4 and c takes. Well, c takes, okay, d3. I'm actually not sure what's going on. I could just play that with queen e7, but I could try something more ambitious. Knight f6, d3, check c3, castles. Interesting. Maybe not. Maybe crazy. Alright, let's at least take pickle time. Why don't I have AC? I do have AC. It's just not running right now, or else you guys would all hear it really loudly. So, you're welcome. But yeah, it is hot here in New York. I'm also not a big fan of AC. I just broke the pin, buddy. I often try to not have it on. It's hot, it's hot. But right now, it was like over 90 today, Fahrenheit. It is a heat wave. This will be really annoying. Let's just start him out with bishop g4, but I'm up a piece, but my opponent has no idea what's about to come. They've got no idea how hard it will be for them to castle as we cut them off. They could have trotted out queen f2 to try to stop me, but I was going to go knight d7. That way, if there was castles, I was going bishop c5. So, just trying to get everyone out. Yeah, we're going to stop castling. f4, you always want that bishop right there. And yeah, this might spell serious trouble for my opponent. How to get them? Takes, check. Seems good. Well, wait. Why am I stupid? There was just takes g4. So, queen e7. Yeah, queen e7 and threatening this. That's what I want. I want to go bishop e2. Because then king e1 is the only spot. He's stuck here. Because this bishop's just doing a great job still. You're in Hunan. It's 100 every day. Wow. Wow. So, yeah, I understand your AC question then. It's got to be pretty important over there. I think this is just going to get him on the diagonal now. e4, e5, knight 3, bishop c4, bishop 7, knight 6, d3, knight c6, bishop g5, h6, bishop h4. Knight. I'm a little confused because you just gave white 2 moves in a row. After h6, bishop h4, knight c3. Fahrenheit, you thought it was from Canada. Yeah. My mother's from Toronto, my father's from Montreal, but I'm born and raised in New York. So I'm both, but I grew up on Fahrenheit. Alright, we actually won all our games in this arena. We berserk all 4 of them. We berserk 2. Or I'm not sure that last one counted. Oh, it did count. Alright, nice. So, new arena. We joined that one quite late. Alright, we can do 1-0, 3-0, 3-2, or 10-0. What do you guys want? Believes cold environments and cold food are unhealthy. Yeah, I mean, I like my food cold, but I do like the temperature hot. Not this hot, though. I definitely understand ice in the water. 3-2, 10-0, 3-0. I got each in the chat. I need someone to break the tie. 10. All right, well, we're quite late for 10. We got 2 votes for 10. That appears to be in the lead. Okay, 2 10s, 2 3-0s, 1 3-2. I need one more vote here. Quick, it's 8:59. All right, I got 3 3-0s. Let's do it. I'd barely edge out. E4, E5, knight F3, knight F6. Bishop C4, knight takes E4, knight C3. You got a Stafford as white
9,
there.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You guys are very divided. I think 3-0 had it barely. Unless people were writing it twice. All right. First game, we're playing number 2 in the arena. Let's get an alphabet gambit. Let's go. Take me twice, baby. Let's go. I am 1.5 and 1.5 against this person. So my opponent doing all the stockfish things, d4 taking a stake in the center, but we are gambiting another pawn. We are gambiting another pawn and hitting him with queen d5. Gambit glasses on. Yeah, we're chasing this knight all over the board. That's the point. Okay, knight d2. Can I remember my own theory? Can I remember my own theory? There's like rook takes a2. There's an option. I feel like there's a lot of moves that make sense here. I feel like there's a lot that makes sense to me. Something I might try to do is just like boom, boom. Let's say knight a6, knight f3, knight b4. Knight b3. c5. Alright, let's go here. And let's go here. That way g3, as I was expecting, I can hit with knight takes e5. This does nothing. That does nothing, and so I'll just grab this pawn. Because we got this pin, right? So now they're in a situation where they can't move this, they can't move this. They can't undo this pin unless they play rook b1. Queen c2 threatens this. Let's deal with that. No problem. And this feels good. This feels like really nice compensation for the pawn. This feels like the position kind of plays itself. Bishop f5. And I'm going to make it hard for them to get out. I'm going to try to make this as difficult as possible. Let's start them off with bishop e... Well, bishop e4, there's f3. Can I... Oh, I would take it on f3. Wow, that's nasty. So queen takes b4, I'm just going to eat. They can't take because we still got this pin. f3, I can just take it. These pieces cannot recapture. They're both pinned. So that's just going to force rook g1. Yeah, my opponent just bites the bullet and sacrifices this exchange back, which I think they had to do. But it's not like it gave them any compensation. I mean, like, it freed them a little bit. Oh, there's knight d6. I have delayed castling myself. And my opponent is correctly doing something about it. There is this and knight d6, and I've got to be a bit careful. Queen b8, I think, is my best resource here. Knight d6, king d7. I think they're in a situation where they have to trade queens. And it's kind of a rough situation for my king. Gonna take the gambit glasses off as... Oh, well, they have check in that position. Kind of interesting. Yeah, I gave them an opportunity to sacrifice back, and they took it. They took it very well, and the initiative shifted hands. When they took here, I took here. I think they certainly did what they had to do. Well, they just trade queens. Okay, now they're going after this. Now, it's an interesting situation because there's no quick way to attack it, but there's no quick way for me to get out. So I'm not really so sure what the deal is. I'll go knight d5. I'll take away bishop f4. That seemed like their best spot by a lot. I guess their rook is the quickest way. And then playing bishop h3. So bishop d2 and castles and bishop h3. So what am I going to do about that? How do I stop that somehow? This isn't obvious at all. Rook e8 and bishop takes f3. I think... Oh, they got... Bishop d2. I did not handle this correctly. This seems annoying. This trade and taking b2. I'm trying to cause some issues before they take my bishop. Oh, I'm way low on time. Oh, it's 3. Oh. Not good. Oh, they gotta go. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna... No, they can't win my bishop. King takes, I go here. Pawn takes, I go here. Wow. Look at that. That actually worked out really well for me. I'm very fortunate. I am a very fortunate man there. And I'm gonna win this bishop. And, oh, can I... No, I can't checkmate. Let's take... Just gonna go here. They've got rook h1. I'm just gonna flag, though. Kind of unfortunate. I'm just gonna flag. But I'm gonna do my best. No. Oh, wow. I lost that rook hole. Wow. I flagged him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I feel like I don't even have such great control over this mouse. It feels like kind of slippery on me. No matter how many times I wipe this down. But... Hey, isn't that crazy? I won this game. Really well played game, I think, by both sides. I think a really interesting battle from the alphabet Gambit against this player. Kind of a dirty flag, but I was up in exchange, so it's up for interpretation, but I guess definitely a dirty flag, I guess. So, yes, well, we take b5, and then they take it again because it was going to bother them. So, knight takes b5, I play your d5, trying to hit him with c6, c6, d4, e5, like, just really run over the middle. So, d4 is the move to stake a claim with it. e5, I'm going to play e4 if you don't take me, so we sacrifice another pawn to keep that knight running. And I think in this spot with bishop b4, it's tough for white because there's no a3. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make any threat because of that pin. And you're so far from getting all this out. So it's just a tough situation, even though you're up 2 pawns at this exact moment. So, because here, for example, g3, it's still the best move of the engine, but it doesn't look that appealing because of this pin. But bishop g2, I think you can get out. I think you can still get out. I actually don't remember what I recommended in my original video. I gotta go check that out. Anyway, a3 was played. It doesn't do anything, as I said. My bishop hangs out there. And so we just developed pretty nicely. And yeah, this move gave my opponent a great opportunity to sacrifice back and take the initiative. I should have played... Oh, that's a filthy move. Rook a4 so that they can go pawn takes take. Otherwise, I'm threatening takes with check. And if queen b3, what's the move? Queen b5, again threatening takes and getting them. Oh my goodness. And forcing queen d1. That's the only move, like, to not lose your queen in this position. That's a crazy situation. Yeah, so they take, knight c4. Queen b8, and they do this right. So queen b8 wasn't even the best move. I need to keep queens, allow this check. It wasn't really what I wanted, but they don't have f3 because I can just take f3 because I got my queen with the pin on that e2 pawn. So that's why it was recommended. Queen b8 check. Where do you get alerts that you're streaming? Go to my channel, youtube.com/@gambitman, and hit the notification for all. Hit the bell. Also here, though, if you go to the Discord, and yeah, you can get notified on Discord as well. So, queen b8 takes b8. By the way, is the chat box working? Are these messages appearing on the screen? Chat box. Are these messages appearing on screen for you guys? I don't know. I don't think I've seen them flash across. Whatever, it's not really opening right now. Takes b8. So yeah, I played rook takes b8. Yeah, so now here they're winning. It's actually plus 2.7. So this is really a bad situation. It's plus 3.2. They're about to win. But somehow, I just throw things at them. I got my rook here, I got my rook here, I got my knight here. I'm throwing things at them before they're able to take. So I go go knight e3, they take, and believe it or not, after bishop takes f3, we're in business, because pawn takes, this is check, and I'm going to win this. And king takes is what happened in the game, rook b3, and I win it. The move they had here was bishop f4, leaving this and this hanging. So that's what they could have done, but then all of a sudden here I'm winning. I get that. I don't get mated. I stop their pawn. We're winning here, but then this is just a crazy blitz out. And I don't know. Somehow I flagged them. I was really down on the clock. I was down like 4 to 20 on the clock in seconds. Anyway. Good game. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Last YouTube live stream, I got the chat box here. I didn't do anything to it. And it says it's up. But then I click settings, and then it just never loads. Let me maybe duplicate. Alright, we got a new chat box. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay. Alright, I think we got a berserk to stick around in this arena. Thank you, thank you. Oh! Yinyan? No. Well, we could play like a French with d4, but we'll see what we got. My opponent just wants to do something boring. Trying to get like a Yinyan gambit with takes and... Alright, I'll play d4. a6 feels like not a useful move in the French if we get this structure. So... I think I can go for this. Maybe an ac2. Maybe this knight can be useful there. Guarding d4. And a6 feels like a waste. They go for that, which I think benefits me. I think that was a very valuable dark square bishop for them. I think that was a very valuable dark square bishop for them. And already castles, I might be able to take it. Is there a reason why I can't? Something worth considering. What are my thoughts on the Smith-Morra? I like the Smith-Morra. I do. I would like it a lot more if it were lesser known, is the truth. Which is why I don't play it personally. I think I should just go queen d2 here, honestly. I liked the queens on, but I think this is for the best. Really? Okay, it's your funeral. Take, I have bishop b5 check. I gotta pick it up. I'm at 35 seconds. That's crazy. A4, bishop a3 if they're still sticking around in the middle. I mean, like I said, not my funeral. Okay, they get out just in time, but we're still going to sneak in here. Let's hit him with h4, h5, and hg5. Let's get him, right? Why not? f6 is looking really bad. And that's their only break in the center. And I think we got our pieces cooking in general. h5, h6. Oh, now you want to trade queens. Don't come crying back to me. Don't come crying back to me. I gave you a chance. I literally went queen d2 on the first queen a5. Then they're like, no. And now they come crying back to me, trying to play queen a5 after they realize I'm going to attack them. You made your bed, sir. You made your bed. Now let me checkmate you in it as I stop all defenses on f7. Yeah, go back to c7. Go back. Run along now. Oh, buddy, don't just let me do that. Okay. That was a funny game. I love talking trash to an imaginary opponent. So my opponent did not give me a Yinyan Gambit, unfortunately, with d5 at any point. But after they played a6 and were just kind of asking me for d4, I felt like a6 was not a useful move in the French. And then they really just kind of showed their colors here as a Sicilian player, not a French player. I think any French player would know not to give up this dark square bishop. It's very important. It is the good bishop because you got light square center pawns and a dark square bishop. So then with knight e7, bishop d3. Yeah, I think I really got a nice bishop here, especially my good bishop, light square bishop, dark square center pawns, the opposite one, not restrained by my own center pawns, whereas, for example, this bishop is restrained by their own pawns. It has no diagonals to thrive upon. It's not thriving like my bishop is, and really thriving because maybe bishop takes h7 check, as I mentioned during the game, was working, you know, due to this Greek gift pattern. The only thing really to consider there is, right, owing to the fact that there's no knight on f6 and there's no bishop that can come to f5 to otherwise defend h7. So, yeah, I mean, they'd have to go for like king g6, queen g4. I feel like this, you know, or queen d3 or queen g4. I feel like this probably wouldn't end well for them. I got a few resources there. So they play queen a5 check, and I had a few options here. King f1 made sense to me. Bishop d2. Oh, you're studying this game on the study. Bishop d2, I mean, I would have to give this up. I think king f1 is probably what the engine wanted. Oh no, queen d2 is what they want when they think about it. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll play an endgame. I'll just, you know, have my bishop pair. It was kind of annoying for me to get out of the center. I think queen a5 was a good throw in before I got out of the middle. It was an annoying thing to deal with. But then they said no to the queen trade. And, you know, I think at that point you're really asking for it because you can't take here. You will lose your queen. So, and knight f5 to make some threats, like I had rook b1 and such to chase them away. Although I think knight f5 should have been played at some moment. But the knight comes to g6, which I don't think is a great spot for it. I understand the point is to shield against bishop takes h7, but as I demonstrated with my next couple moves here, rook b1, again, they don't want queen a5, they go queen c7. As I demonstrate with, okay, well, I don't play h4 yet, h4, h5, because I don't want to play h4 when they can still maybe castle the other way, and then I've kind of really weakened myself here. So I play your a4, focusing on my last piece. Always improve your worst piece. And the bishop is going to come to a3. It's going to look excellent there and really cut off my opponent's king from castling. So this is their last chance to castle, and they do. It's already plus 2.5, I will note. Because here, everything's cooking really well. We got both bishops screaming down these diagonals. Got open files for my rooks. And something I want to do here is h5. And potentially even just like let's say they go bishop d7. It didn't happen in the game. Bishop d7. First of all, I mean, that's bishop queen is running low on squares, kind of. But h5, let's say knight f8 to defend h7, right? Because otherwise I can attack it. I'll play like h6, and I can really, like I got a lot of squares I can hit him on, right? I got a lot of different patterns there. Maybe queen f4 is probably preferable, because then queen d8 to cover f6, and then I still have knight g5. You can imagine something like this. And I think there's actually no way to guard this because my bishop will control e7. So, I mean, it's really a situation where everything's clicking for white because my pieces are just great. So queen a5, this was the don't come crying back to me moment. I can have a better endgame if I trade queens, obviously, but I think at this point it's pretty clear that this knight is not sticking around. I'm playing h5, and then I've got like a lot of things to work on, a lot of diagonals and such to work on, as black's pieces are just not going to be in any position to defend their king with this locked away at home, and the dark square bishop not on the board. So knight f4 was played, which I think just accelerated their own demise. It's not clear what you're playing here to stop h5. You can't play h5 yourself. I will take this. I will go knight g5. So knight f4 takes, and knight g5. Threatening knight takes f7. I don't know how g6. It's an interesting move, I guess. Yeah, but the rook can't come here or here because of this bishop. Queen c7. I was going to come in here with bishop d6 and keep bothering him. But, yeah, anyway, in the game I just checkmated. So, yeah, nice game there. Nice game there out of kind of a Frenchish structure, but I think we just got our king safe, got our pieces good, and we attacked. It was a perfect game for trash talk. Thank you. Let's get more of those. Perfect games for trash talks is perfect game. That's it. I love to trash talk. 2166. All right, let's not berserk. It's too hard to do in 3-0. I thought I'd get a Caro, but I didn't get a Caro. I guess we're getting like a Philidor. All right. E5. We want to play B5 real quick. I can go knight G5 to knight H6. All right, I think we're just gonna throw in the A4 to stop B5, and we're just gonna settle in here. So they got their little Philidor. That's all right. So the question is, what do I want to do about this pin? It's actually a little bit annoying. Could go takes queen d3. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Takes queen d3. I'm gonna just, so we still defend this, but my next move is maybe, yes, they try to maybe play an c5. It's gonna go to h4. And c5 I was gonna go down queen g3. Seems like a good spot. Seems pretty annoying, actually, because they just took away their only other castling option, and they're gonna castle maybe right into this. So, okay, they're gonna take away knight f5, that's fine. h3, where are you gonna go? Or f3 even. It's an option. Let's keep this kind of awkward tension, though. I have yeah, f4, I mean, it opens this diagonal, but, like, I'll just play king h1, but it just seems so right. It just seems so right to open this file, connecting here. This knight seems vulnerable because it's tied down to this bishop. Bishop takes f4 could develop with tempo. So the opening of this file just feels so right with their king in such a bad spot. And if they ignore me, I mean, I might just play f5. I might even like open that file. So I feel like I've got two good options here. Takes c5 and knight takes c5. I think king h1 is something I want to play no matter what. This is annoying, and I don't need to keep it that way. So now I'm thinking about takes and getting that on f6. Takes queen takes, bishop f4, queen h5. e5. The other option is just to play f5 here. I think I might just play f5 here. So, okay. Well, we're low on time again. But it's a good situation. Bishop h6 and taking here is an obvious threat, for example. And this is kind of just rough. This bishop is in a tough situation. Once the giver of a mighty pin, it has fallen from grace a little bit. I'm going to go pawn takes. I think knight takes was... It wasn't worth that percentage of my time. All right, bishop h6 now seems just very good. I think I'm just getting this. I don't think I'm missing anything. Any bishop move, I'll take this rook. Knight h5. Yeah, like I said. Knight g6. G6 maybe? Takes... No, I didn't see it. I feel like I had something better there. I don't know what they're thinking about. Knight G6 check takes. Takes. Cannot make it work. Oh, bishop e3. This is defended. Oh, I have such little time. It's crazy. Can there really? No way, man. Really bad time management on my part. Oh, there's... Oh, wow, there was mate on g2. The funniest part is this is totally lost for black. There's just not a lot I can do about it. No. Oh. Oh, wow. What in the world? What can you do? What can you do? Very poor time management on my part. And they held out. They did not lose immediately. They did not lose immediately here. Although this is +5. So, yeah. This I spent, like, I went down from 28 to 17 here on the clock. Check was the best. Takes. Oh, just because I can take e2 here. So that makes a lot of sense. And then here I'm still up in exchange, and their king is in a terrible situation. Yeah. That's rough. Oh well. We got poor time management by me. I think, yeah, it's 3-0, so we gotta be faster. Got to be faster. Can't be spending all this time to, Alright. Can we berserk? Yeah, I think we will try to berserk, because we'll try to get back in this arena. Alright, bush gas. Let's see if I can maybe demonstrate against this nonsense. Aha. Well, castles is a different line covered in the bush gas deniers video. Knight takes e5. There's queen h4 check, king g1, and queen d4. Winning the knight. So they have to go king f1 here and allow queen takes h2. Oh, this is bad. Queen takes h2 is very good. Queen d4 is also very good. It's hard to say which is even better. Both are borderline resignable. Let's go with the aggressive one. I mean, this obviously picks up the knight. Here was queen h5 I was looking at, which begs king to come out a little further. Oh, wait, I just won the queen, didn't I? Well, they have g4. I can take the knight at minimum. Yeah, I think let's start with that. Take. Kind of leads nowhere. f5, g5 also leads nowhere. I think this is a good move. Queen takes h5 check I got. This, I think I win the queen. Well, do I, or are we just trading queens? I don't want to just trade queens. Let's go... I mean, do I just want to trade queens? Okay, you know what? Let's win this game. I have 16 seconds. Oh, knight f6 check. I think we're fine. Well, they can... Yeah, do that. It's kind of annoying. Oh, testy. Safe pre-move. This is going to be a tough pre-move situation. That was good. Tried to get me on a pre-move prank, but I did a check. Now I think we got him. Yep, GG. Okay. I get really low really fast on the clock. Don't forget about berserking. I will not. Yeah, we got to get back into this arena because I spent some time analyzing. I had some long games, and I lost a game. Alright. Don't forget about berserking, they say. Ooh! This is my opportunity to try out this, oh, what? Seems stupid. Why would you do that? E6, D6. So let's go E6, bishop B4. Attack this. I mean, I had a lot of things that made sense there. G6 made sense. I guess here, bishop D3. Should I take it? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Alright, well, this might be weak. I don't know. Did I just give something up there? This might be hard to defend, but I'll just go queen C7, rook D8. This seems smart. Alright, now I think they just have a bad structure. I think they just went la-di-da-di-da and not productive for them. And that's great. I'm happy to make that trade. That is their only good piece. Let's get off of that. Okay, my next move is going to be rook D8, assuming bishop C2. But yeah, now these feel like things I can attack. I'm going to go rook D8 to defend this, bishop E6. And I feel like I generally should have no issues here. Pawn takes or queen takes? I feel like pawn takes. Why don't I just get rid of this weakness? That was kind of my one problem. And now they're left with the very bad bishop. Awkward pawns to defend. I'm actually just going to come back queen c7. I feel like the position can be a little bit slow here. There's really no rush. Oh, they've got this idea, but I think we're in time to threaten this. I respect this. I respect it. But I think we're good putting our Nate there. So yeah, their position was terrible, so they sacrificed in exchange to get something. I mean, this guy wanted to be a non-Kasparov. It's not quite. It's not quite that. Because I think we got everything covered here. They can try to shift things this way. I'm going to try to make something happen over here. Around these parts. Yeah, like I said. So, what was my plan? G6, King G7, maybe? Queen H6, Queen G7 I have. Queen C5, Queen C7 I have. That's probably smart. I don't know why I just went away from the opening file. Should probably go back to that file. I was going to open the B file. With B4. Can I do it? Maybe? It might not be the best of files. Oh, here? Yes, that's what I wanted. Queen's off. It's great for me. And let's get this open. Let's Get in business here. That's it. That's what we wanted. That's it right there. Yeah, I saw that pre-move coming. Nice. All right. Whew. Tough one there. Tough one there. I think that was like a... I tried to play my new banko Graif Gambit, and then what ended up happening was we got this sort of situation where their structure was bad, and I played against that pawn. Yeah, we ended that game off on time. And they did an interesting exchange sacrifice, which was very advisable for their practical chances there. Alright, we still gotta make a serious run if we want chances in this arena. So don't get trapped. Make a square. I guess they really want to go d5. I'll play h4. Do you want to go h5 and give me that square? Yes. Do I put a bishop there or a knight there? That is the question. Let's do knight. Let's do knight. Yeah, so now they can't play h6. They probably don't want to play f6 either. Is this an option? Maybe. Seems d5 was what they really wanted to do, and this seems really annoying. Let's go d4. That seemed like what they wanted to do. And this seems good. This seems good. They put a lot of pawns on light squares. And now we're hopping around in these holes. Ooh. Yummy, yummy. Swiss cheese around the dark squares here. Holes galore. Bishop f6. Wow. Options aplenty. Options are aplenty. Let's just castle as we think about things. Let's go d5. Ooh, that seems good. That seems good. Let's open things up to where that king is stuck. Knight can jump in at the opportune time, but now we're really cooking. Let's open this file. Oh, wait. Don't lose that knight. Yeah, wait. I shouldn't have taken yet. It was not quite time. Oh, I have... This move seems annoying. Check. Queen takes. Pin? But I'm not sure it was the time to strike. Because if maybe this... And I don't have any mate threats. No, what am I doing? This was not smart. Check. The tough thing about playing like this is either I checkmate them right away, or I just will lose the game. Do I have mate? No, they can take in king g8. No, that wasn't it. That was not it. No, 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 no. This was all wrong. Ugh. Damn. It's tough. I need more time on the clock. I just messed this up. This was so winning, but unless I get the knockout blow, I just don't have any time. What was... I mean, I think here, the easiest, especially from a practical perspective, is to just play queen d3, stop c4, next move rook d1, takes queen d7. I don't even know what you do about that. Like, they can't move anything. Rough there. My bad. It's, yeah... It's tough for me to berserk on 3-0. It is tough. But we're going to keep trying. I think I've kind of learned nothing here. Well, I think we gotta just make faster decisions. Alapin. YouTube streams are way better than Twitch. I have to agree. That's the one doing them. Alright, Alapin Gambit here, and we force that knight right back. Most people don't realize that the knight's actually not under attack, because if I take it, there's check and takes. But works out well. And now we kind of get exactly what we want if they castle here. He doesn't have to. Doesn't have to, in which case we got to attack him wherever he is. So, for example, this. What are we going to do? Start with knight c3. Now, they could try and hit me with one of these. Bro is really running away. Let's come get him. Yeah. I like this. Take. I think we're going to keep it simple. We're just going to trade and go a4, a5. I don't have much time, so can't let things be perfect. Just got to do things that make sense. Let's go knight b5 and c3 and b4. And if knight d5, I'll go here. And again, try to achieve b4. Maybe b4 right away. Queen takes b4. Let's do this. Maybe bishop d2 made more sense. It's fine. b4 is still what I want. Bishop f4. No, there was knight d5. Again. Knight d5 now, I think I would just play b4. Yeah, I think we're just going to go for this. Just going all out here. Takes a5. Let's just open everything. Takes an a5. I have no interest in even recapturing, just in stopping, just in making that a-pawn move, so that we can open things up on the rooks, for the rooks, on the king. And we're just going to try and get them. While these pieces are here, here come my rooks. Just going for them. Oh, takes in rook a7. That seems very good. Let's go takes, and let's bring in the other one. And I think we got him here. For example, takes d5 and here. Not sure if that was the best. Not sure if that... King b6. I will go c4 to threaten rook a6, I think. This is the move. Queen c8. Well, queen c8. Rook a6 take. Are they gonna... Oh, they're gonna try and keep that on? Ugh, this is tough. I think this is like mate next turn pretty much. But they have one check. No, yeah, that's pre-movable. That's a pre-move mate. That's a pre-movable mate. There's nothing you can do. Whew. That was tough because my opponent defended that pretty well and did not allow any obvious knockouts. But yeah, I mean, they just castled long and we just tried to get him. We just tried to get him. A4, just I wanted to go b4 without like a piece being able to take, so I just went c3 just to make it be pawn takes, and then after that I'm just like a5. Let's just trade everything, get the rooks over, get them, just get them. And so we were able to do that. I think like there must have been a million easy ways to win this game. Check d5 or d5 first and then check something, but there was queen c5 always, so like I wasn't totally sure. Just check here because if takes there was rook a7, and otherwise you want to promote your pawn. I think that actually makes a lot of sense to me now. Bishop c6 I can promote. So okay, anyway. Will I be playing viewers later? Yeah, sure. I'll play viewers. Mirror this with h4, g4. Yes. Yes, also in dragons and such. Could have done bishop c7 instead of check. Yes, that is true. That is true. Okay, I didn't berserk this game. But can we get a Graif banko? Yeah. Okay, we got our first one. Take. Oh yes, this is our first one on stream. A Graif banko gambit. All right. They've got some prep here. They've got some prep because they are ready to go knight c3. But we're gonna draw this queen in. It's attacking our rook there. And now the key here is to let them do this. Let them do it. Knight f3, bishop e2. Make them think they're gonna be able to castle. No, just random queen threats. Make them think they're going to be able to castle. But that's when we hit them with bishop a6. If they castle right now, there's knight b4, hit the queen, and then I would win the bishop. So they take here, and now the secret, queen a5 check. To go queen takes a6, this is all covered in the video. Yeah, so what they needed right there, and they're going to have a really hard time now, is queen d2. So that takes, they can go queen e2, and then try and shield this diagonal. But now, I cover this, and their king is going to be stuck in the middle. Bishop c3 was a good move, because I was going to go bishop f6. So we're going to have to think about what we want to do with our pieces now. But they are stuck in the middle. They are stuck as long as we've got this. So, we could start them off with this. We could start them off with this. Let's start them off with this. Knight b4. They come back, but I've got this check now, and it might just kill him. So they want queen e2, and then to shield that to castle. Let's hit him with the check first. Oh, don't. Well, takes the queen e2, they survive. Now f4 check stops queen e2, king e1, there's takes. So now f4 check here. Knight e2 check, king f1 takes c3, it would be check. So they gotta, this has got to be the best. It's got to be the best. So yeah, king g1, no, don't do that. Check, and I am just winning the queen now. It would almost be like a smothered mate pattern, but I can't go queen f1 because there's queen takes f1. If that were a rook, it would be different. But queen takes f1 will cover against knight e2 in that position. So I can't just go check, and then try to come back. My opponent offers a draw. What an interesting offer. Yeah, so I take this bishop with check, and yeah, it was actually not that interesting on an offer. I lied. So, yeah, in this position, basically, we already got him. That's our very first Graif banko gambit, and we got him. Very first one on stream. So a6, because this is very tricky with the move order, and then by the time we get this position, we've already gotten the best version of the banko. Right, so the banko would be c5. Let's show him. c5. And then this, which is your standard pawn sacrifice in the banko gambit. Now, one of the worst moves here is knight c3, because this is just not the best way to deal with the banko gambit. It's because of e6. It's just not a great way to deal with it. I don't mean to be like it's so bad, but not a great way. Better way, at least according to the engine, is to just accept it. Or if you want to decline it, b6 is a better way. So we want to get that position, though. We want to get this position. And the issue is if we play like a6 right now, expecting them to go knight c3, right, they can play a4, just shutting that idea down. So we can trick them with this move order, a6, c5, and now b5. And, if you want better options for white, you can check out the original video here. But what we got in the game was what you're very likely to get, which is this being taken twice. And after e6 is a tough situation for white, because They can't go d6 because this check is going to drive the knight back, and they're going to be in some fun situations with rook a6 collecting this pawn soon. And they can't go takes and knight d6 check because we're going to go takes. We're going to go e4. It doesn't work. It's also another common way that loses. And if they take it, which they can do, but then we're going to just overrun their center with this pawn mass. So, I mean, if you want full details, you can check out the original Graif banko video. But knight c3 was played here, which is also covered in the video. Knight takes actually an important thing to remember, because I think here they would have had some other option or something like that. But knight takes here, so everything trades, and then opponent is just la-di-da-di-da, thinks everything's fine, but we've gotten their queen off sides. We've gotten their queen off sides, and we're still down on the pawn. But in this position, bishop e2 or bishop c4 doesn't really matter. We play bishop a6, and if the queen were on d1, they could just castle here. But the issue for them is that, well, they can't castle as I noted in the game. Knight b4 would win the bishop. The issue for them is that after takes, we have this really secret idea, check, right? And now they needed queen d2, which is the best way to deal with this, queen e2. What we do is takes and rook b8, bishop f6. We still have really excellent compensation, or probably winning one of them back. But they didn't do that, and they played the very natural bishop d2, not realizing how terrible this is, and you're not going to be able to castle. You also definitely don't want to go this way with the b and a files, so what do you do with your king? I'm just going to go bishop f6, and I might just waltz in with my knight somewhere like I did in the game, and this rook's going to come into the game. This is not a great move either, because rook d8 is going to chase your queen out, and then, you know, you're still going to have like lots of issues with your king in the middle of the board, stuck there. So, yeah, and I'm going to get you while I keep you there. So bishop c3 was played, which is a good move. Stops bishop f6, knight b4, and then queen d1 was bad. Yes, so they absolutely should have taken this, and it would have just been about minus 0.4. But it jumped from minus 0.4 to minus 3.6 after queen d1, because they thought this bishop was really, really important to stop bishop f6 and control this diagonal. It is, but it's not more important than allowing just knight d3 check. And in this situation, yeah, king d2 would have allowed this. King e2, and knight takes b2 check. You can't block with your queen, so you're losing it. And so what happened in the game was king f1, but just check. And like I was sharing, king e1 was probably the lesser of the evils, because at least, I don't know, you're not even off a pawn anymore. I'm probably just going to d5, just try to open everything here, or go d4 if you let me. Anyway, in the game was king g1, check, and I just took that bishop. So nice victory there. That demonstrates the power of the queen being offsides, and our first Graif banko on stream was a success. First Graif banko leads to brutal checkmate. It was not checkmate, because my opponent resigned in this position. But I'll keep working on titles. I'll keep thinking about titles. If people are watching on YouTube right now, I'll have already made a title, but comment what you think the title should have been. Subscribe. Okay. Well, we made it. Oh no. I was going to say we made it onto the first page of this arena, but we didn't. Oh well. It's not even close to the first page. This is the fourth page. Alright, after this, no more 3-out. It tires me out. Alright, if you berserked, I got a berserk. Danish? Really? What do we want to do against this? Got a couple options. I'll play d5. What's this? Is this like a new Gambit? Ah. Spicy. Von Popiel style. I'll go here. What's your plan? Okay. Oh, castle. I mean, I think this has gone from a gambit to just a situation where my king is castled and their king is there, and they're asking for this file to open up. So it doesn't really seem very smart to me. I'll go h6, takes, and then takes e4. I have queen h4 check, so I think, yeah, that's obliged. Now rook takes e4. Okay, so they're playing f4. Yeah, I think this gambit went a little south for them. But I respected the sentiment. Play c5. I'll try to get their king in the middle while I can. Queen a5 is my next move, perhaps. And then undo this pin would be cool. a5. e2. cd4. Also, h4. This seems annoying because castle's knight e3 is kind of a nasty fork, so it keeps them on their toes and uncastled. F4 was a good idea, honestly, because the e-file was going to kill them. So they got to stop this. Oh, we got to move. That doesn't seem smart. And e3 now seems really good. They had to recapture, but things were getting testy for them as that file opened up. Okay. Gotta move. Oh. I shouldn't have traded there. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I just said no. No. Oh, my goodness, what am I doing? Really poor time management again. I mean, come on. I mean, not winning this position is kind of insane. Alright, oh well. What's up, Desert Lightning? Yeah, tell him, Everett. 25 viewers and only 2 likes. I didn't even know that was a thing. But yes, I appreciate any and all support. Yeah, I would have, but I didn't. I have a good video on this, on actually how the Alpine Gambit cannot really be declined. Keep away knight c4. I guess I just invited knight a5. Knight a5, I want b3. I should have gone queen a2. Alright, I don't like this. I'm gonna stop it. No. Okay. Should have just gone here. Yeah, so this is the benefit of playing f4, is that I keep my center very much intact. And then otherwise, oh wow, don't give me that. Queen g6 takes, queen h5. I mean, that might just knock him out. Can I just give my knight and just win? G6. Oh, I'm asking for bishop e8. Forgot about bishop e8. I gotta go back, queen d3. Oh, and they have rook takes c3. Yeah, not smart. Oh, what's this? Not smart by you. Good, rook takes c3. Let's back it up. Let's try to get our queen across here somewhere, somehow. I didn't have queen g6 because of queen e8. How do I just clear? I just need to clear it. Clear the path. There. Just trying to get around. Just need to squiggle my way around. I think we got it. It's the only reason I moved my knight, was just to open this up. Anyhow. Yeah, queen's coming h5. And that'll be the ball game. Boom, boom. Well, they can move the bishop and not lose immediately. Maybe. They're still losing immediately. This is pretty much a pre-move. Yeah, that's mate, right? Okay. Alright. Tough arena. Tough arena. We dropped 3 games there out of the 10. If you count the last one, which the arena didn't. Alright. I am happy to play viewers, or I'm happy to play another arena. Alright. You guys can choose between 5 and 10. Comment what you'd like to see. But I think, yeah, with more than 3, I think I'll do better. I'll be able to commentate more, and I'll flag less. That's the goal here. Oh, wow. Shout out to Soruba for the donation, £5. Amazing gambits, excellent commentary, wonderfully beautiful chess. Thank you for your superb and skill work, FM William Graif. Aw, that's so sweet. Shout out to you. Let's heart that. Much appreciated. That's so nice. I really appreciate the support. And I'll keep that going because of people like you who enjoy it. Alright, let's join this 5-0 arena. Fan funding. Okay, yeah, so speaking of which, if you guys want to support, I've enabled supers. 5 with no berserks, you got it. I've enabled supers and, or not supers, but rather members on my channel. So if you just go to my channel, members now is kind of like subscriber on Twitch. Alright, well, 1351, I feel like I can berserk. Where basically you get custom emotes, you get your chat messages highlighted, you get badges and such. I mean, like a pawn badge for 1 month, like knight, bishop, rook, queen, king. You can work your way up for how many months you subscribed. And I made a bunch of fun emotes of me and of the gambits that I play that you get access to. This seems wrong. I have d5. I'm gonna take this. Was this planned? I guess bishop f4, bishop c5. I go here. I'm just gonna let them take back on e5. I think is what I'm gonna do because I like to be on the other side of gambits. So I'm just gonna defend here. I didn't put my bishop on pre. Yeah, sorry, buddy. I know the feel of someone declining your gambit. I do apologize. And then also priority for viewer challenges. I set it as low as I can to $3 a month. W Soruba indeed. I guess if you're already an existing subscriber on Twitch, let me know. And I will try to gift you that automatically, perhaps. Because this is where I see myself streaming. Yeah, so here's something I want to do. If castles is f5, knight moves, and f6. I think maybe they were seeing that. It takes in like knight d5. So it's not something I really want to do before they've castled. I have your knight a4. Yeah, let's go knight a4. Target this bishop. Bishop b4, and then maybe I'll chase it a3, b4. Yeah, so king h1 was something I played because f4 I think is nice. Takes the center, caused a lot of problems. Had a tempo on that knight. And yeah, castles, yeah, f5, f6 was what I was going to do. Maybe black should have tried playing f5, but it's a tough thing to do before you castle. So there's bishop b6, and I'm just going to take it. It was going to run away if I didn't. Queen takes, I think, is asking me to take this pawn. I'm not sure why I shouldn't. And I'd love to play your f5 next. And f6. Maybe I could have done that even before. But yeah, bishop d7 and castle as long as their only chance. Bishop d7. Yeah, I'm going to play your f5. Can they castle takes? They don't have anything that good with the bishop, so they can't quite do that. Knight e7. Knight e7 makes it unable to castle because the knight would hang. So now they're not even threatening to castle, and I still don't intend to let them. So like something like rook d1 might really torture them. Rook d1, rook d8. Well, okay, I think the best way to play this is to play f6. Right? I'm just trying to get them. Oh, okay, I didn't expect that. Oh, I can take g7. This is kind of nasty. I also had check, but takes g7, because takes I would get a new queen and upper rook. And now I will take this f6 square. It seems pretty nice. Yeah, they're not even close to castling. I really did not let that happen. And bishop e6, I have bishop h5, I have bishop g4. Oh, this seems rough. Let's play bishop g5. Or bishop g5, they can castle and sacrifice their knight at least. I don't even want to allow that. Let's go here. Queen c5. Well, queen c5, I will take g8. So, yeah, they were not able to get their king out of the middle, unfortunately. I just tried to keep up as much pressure as I can there, and kept thinking the whole time there about how do I stop their next move from castling? How do I stop their next move from being castling? And that's certainly what we did. Takes is got that pin cooking. Let's go check. Don't even want to lose that. And I might just take the other rook. There's really nothing they can do to my king. No reason I shouldn't eat everything. And now let's just not flag. Queen d8 is my next move, and that would actually be checkmate. Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, so they can stop that. Check. Let's get another queen. I can go check, force him back, win this queen. We're using all our pieces. We're using all our pieces. Alright, I think we got him. Alright, good game there. Good game. Yeah, I mean, castling was like possible, but I never wanted to make it easy. Like here was their first opportunity to castle and their clearest. But or maybe right here, right? But still, I was going to try and get him with f4, f5, f6, or just something I can do to just really keep the pressure on. Like here, it was a situation where they didn't want to castle because f5, f6, and if you take it knight d5, right? So they played c6, and they're like, okay, maybe then soon I'll do it when it's safe. But then I took d6, and then they're like, okay, maybe I can go this way. I never gave them a chance. I never gave them a breather. I kept the pressure on. This was a situation where f6, what I expected was takes f6, but queen takes f6, attacks the rook. That's a situation where if you castle, I'm just going to win your knight. So, yeah. Don't let him off the hook. Exactly. Good example of the value of getting all your pieces out fast while the other guy was caught sleeping. Good point. Okay, let's not berserk. I mean, I said I wasn't going to berserk. Let's just play good chess. London Crusher. London Crusher 9000. Knight b5, yeah. Baby. Alright. Yeah, I mean, the most common move here by far is knight d5, which protects against knight c7, and there's like a ton of theory here after knight d5. But, yes, take my rook. Oh my goodness. This guy wasted no time grabbing the rook. He wasted no time grabbing the rook. That's what we love to see. Yeah, so he took b2. And that's actually going to be a brutal, because the bishop is gone, the knight is gone. Nobody's home to stop bishop b4 check. And it's going to be brutal. So, for example, here if takes e5, we go check, king e2, d3 check, takes, queen takes e5. Here we're still going to give him this nasty check. Well, actually, it's worth thinking about. I'm actually not completely sure. Because check, king e2, oh, d3 there. That's got to be it. Because my other option was queen c3 and then taking this. Which is still quite good, because then I take the one piece, and then that knight is mine whenever I feel like it. But this is going to be nasty. king e2, it's just such a bad spot for the king. It's impossible to overstate it. Like you block everything here rather than the pieces blocking for you. And now d3 check. Pawn is pinned. Queen takes d3, I take the rook. So king takes d3 becomes your only option, unless you want to go here. After which I'll go like d takes e2, right? With a nasty fork. Takes, I'll make a new queen while taking yours. So don't do that. Queen takes d3. My opponent just gives the rook instead of going king takes. If they went king takes, I was going to go check. King back to e2. E takes f4. And that's already a situation just to underscore how bad the king is there. You can imagine queen here takes, king e2, takes. Rook e8 is literally checkmate in that position. Anyway, let's take this free rook. Okay, they're able to take e5. And we do have to be a little bit on the lookout because this knight might come back into relevance with ideas of coming to c7. But I think after bishop takes e5, what we're going to do... Well, I have queen e1, king f3, but no great follow-up. Let's go knight c6. Check king over. Yeah, let's do it. Well, I do want to control this square. Check here. It really gives me nothing. Really gives me nothing. Yeah, I think knight c6 just makes the most sense. I don't want to just leave that hanging. They can give me one check, but I'm just going to slide over. Maybe I should have thrown that in. Because checking here, knight f3, I think is the best way for them to play. It's still a situation wherein... Because knight f3, it stops queen e1. So I think I should have given that check while I had the chance. Because I think they here should go check and f3. But even in that situation, what I'm going to do is b6 and just try to pick that off. And it's not clear to me what they're doing in the meanwhile. The count right now is completely even. But this knight seems to be in a bad spot. You could say my king's in a bad spot. I would say their king is in a worse spot. Yeah, there was a situation there. Oh, d6, take bishop g4 check. Did I miss this idea? I think I did. I have to recapture there. I don't think that was a good choice. Because now, that was a very valuable bishop. I think now they're in a spot where this knight is just so toast. I think it's just completely toast. Now I definitely want my bishop out here. Oh, no, buddy. No, come on. Don't do that. Bro, why didn't you bring the knight to f3? Didn't bring the knight to f3. Alright, wait, let's have a look at that. My opponent resigns after getting forked there. So, alright, Fun London Crusher 9000. We love to see it, and our opponent immediately goes for knight c7 check and taking this rook, which is, as you saw, a couple of big mistakes, although by far the most common line to continue with. No matter what, though, our idea is e5, and then, like, no matter what, like, bishop b4 check. It's so strong. It's so strong because even a situation like here, like, the queen needs to stay on the rook. Queen needs to stay on the rook. This queen does such a great job, just so, like, even here, like, c3 and the knight, if you want to bring it back that way. But if you bring it back this way, bishop d2 to keep the queen on the rook, white here is just down 2 pawns in this line. So, you know, it's not obvious what to do. And so here, right, if you never take the rook, you're never up anything. And then you just have your king here, and you're looking like an idiot for nothing. So, tough line to deal with. Check and taking the rook, though, is not the way to do it. Because here after e5, bishop to b4 check is so strong. d3 to follow is so strong. And it really drags the king out. And there's really nothing great to do about it. Because bishop b4 is coming. And what I also love about the London Crusher is it's so simple. Like here, these are my next 2 moves. Right? And your opponent doesn't even know that. But you know that. And it's just simple. And we just get to attack. Yeah, king takes d3 was apparently better. Check king e2. This was what I was trying to share in the game, is just underscoring how bad the king is here. This position is literally checkmate because the king is just on e2 and nobody can block for him. And so otherwise, yeah, I mean, something I want to do if you do something else is rook takes e3. Queen takes e3. That's checkmate. I mean, the patterns are all over. And even if you don't knock him out, b6 is always a great move to play because bishop a6 is also literally checkmate sometimes. Or, you know, if you don't get that, you can just take this knight and then you have 2 pieces for a rook, which is also better. So kind of everything's good unless they know the impossible to play refutation. which, you know, you'll have to check out the video for that. But, so here we're in a situation where I'm down literally nothing. Knight c6 is correct. I'm curious about your d6 recommendation, because it is an interesting one. The point is bishop g4 check covers up the square. Even if it's a knight, the knight is pinned. So we cover up that square, but bishop takes d6 is just a bad move. Better is taking here and then playing knight f3. So knight c6 is a more useful move than d6. We just play knight c6. It makes a lot of sense. It can never be wrong. The knight was under attack here anyway. And yeah, my opponent should have played knight f3 to cover queen e1. And it's a -4 position after b6. I think that knight is kind of toast. And their king is in a really, really bad spot. It's so hard to get out of e2. But anyway, take, and my opponent gives themselves a merciful death. But yeah, I mean, after knight f3 anyway to cover queen e1, b6 was going to be played. I was just going to win that. Or I was going to take on a2 and threaten bishop a6. Again, where is the king going? Like literally, if queen takes a2 and bishop a6 are my next two moves, what are you doing about it? It's actually hard to recommend something. Like, you can't play queen b3 because bishop a6 will kill you. c4 and queen c1. Like, there's just nowhere to go. You cannot get off of this. It's so brutal. So it's just a funny situation, and it's what makes the London Crusher so powerful. All right, subscribe if that goes on YouTube. Next game. All right, we're fourth in the arena. We've only played 2 games. Some people have played 3 and are on their 4th. That's okay. Thank you, M. Yeah, you play the London. That's probably not what you were expecting, right? Okay. Oh, he berserked. I'll berserk. Aggressive chess for sure. Ranjabov. I like that. Ranjabov. That's not a good move. I played a Goring Gambit, and he just allowed me to go c takes d4 with tempo. A couple options here. Bishop d2, knight c3. I think it's all good. d5 seems good, because where do you go with this knight? Somewhere bad, right? Lots of options. d5 here. Queen a4. I like here queen d4. Seems like a good spot, forcing them to take. And how do we want to recapture? Queen takes, pawn takes. I don't think it's very consequential. This position's looking really good. d6 might free them. If I do nothing these next couple moves, I feel like I'm letting them off the hook. And I don't ever like letting them off the hook. I like keeping them on the hook. Let's play d6 ourselves. Well, there's b3, bishop b2, but again, just keeps, yeah. Let's keep them on the hook. So I'm going to play b3 myself, because this seems good. Seems annoying. f6. No. Do that. Okay, I'll grab my pawn back. f6. Now I have a couple ways here. Let's go. Well, I have check queen h5, or if queen d5. Check queen h5. Let's go check. Couple options here. Couple options. Let's go bishop d3. I think this is my main target right now. Should I go long castle? Well, they have knight b4. Let's get out of the way of this. Let's go queen h5. Knight b4 is annoying. Oh, they have queen a5 check. Could trade queens. They want to give me this pawn. Okay, fine. So I'm up a pawn now. But my attack has diffused because I gave up my bishop pair. Oh, I gotta be careful. Yeah, wait. Castles, there's bishop h3, and I know a good way to deal with that. Oh, there's rook c8? Am I getting attacked here? How do I have no time? How does this happen to me? Okay. I think we're okay, but not on the clock. Check. Oh, I have queen c5. Yikes. It's tough to pre-move. Oh, wow. It just checks. Oh, wow. Played queen e1 on me. Tough. Yeah, I think here, I mean, can I get out of the checks? Check. King h4. I don't even know if this is winning. Maybe. It is winning. It's +3. Tough situation at the time there. Did my best. Well, I didn't, because I didn't play nearly fast enough in the beginning. Yeah. Yeah. My opponent did well on the clock there. Alright, 1383. Let's get back into this arena. Where's my opponent? Wow, do I get free points in the arena? I do. I do. Well, I only got 2 points there. Yeah, when I play longer games, yeah. Alright, so I already played this guy. Oh, okay. I played him with black, I guess. We got a von Henig on the board. Love to see it. E6, I don't even want this pawn. What I want is my gambits. So what we got here is this bishop jammed in after e6. And what we are going to try to do, if you wouldn't mind castling for me, thank you very much, is redirecting to this diagonal, because you didn't get in bishop f5, and simply trying to attack. Queen h4, gonna try to remove that knight. So we got a couple options here, such as bishop g5, such as knight e4. I think the simplest, knight takes d4, bishop c5, let's say. Bishop e3. I think that's fine. Knight takes d4. I want to go rook takes f6 and checkmate there. I took this diagonal and shifted my queen over here thanks to this pawn on f2. I had this opportunity. Pawn's not there in the way. And it's also not in the way of this rook, threatening rook takes f6. And if you want to play h6 against that, I have this other bishop that will take on h6. So things are looking good. I don't want this big trade, so I will probably just play bishop e3 to not deal with that nonsense. Now what's going on? If I take f6, I think that is good. Can't possibly not be good. What's going to happen after h6? I'm going to go... Takes f6, h6. I can just go rook f4 up a piece, can I? At minimum? Takes f6, h6. I can also go queen e4. I think that might end the game. That is actually a nasty idea. So rook takes f6. I want to checkmate chew. There's no checks along here. It would be nice to have my king on h1. I kind of regret a little bit allowing knight takes d4 and allowing this can of worms to bother me. But I had the queen defending here for a moment. Oh my... What? We were just about to have some fun. We were just about to have some fun, sir. Yeah, this was completely winning. h6, I think this was a nasty move. Queen e4, threatening mate. Yeah, the engine didn't even realize this at first. But yeah, g6, take, and mate. Because the rook is still there. Yeah, queen e4, nasty move. Yeah, no f5, because the rook's in the way. Otherwise, here, you're going to get mated. Here. Everything's under control. Checkmate. Nice. All right, good game there. Just crushed him with the von Henig. Whoa! What just happened? Okay, we're back. We're back in business. We are on the verge of streaking. Although I will keep all my clothes on. And we're in 7th place. Okay, here we go. What do you think, Berserk? Let's try it. I'm always in the mood to try things. We've got a Vienna player. I got coconut water in this smoothie for the first time, and I'm kind of regretting it. Maybe we can get some Stafford sort of thing? No. Okay. Well, actually, this is good. People were asking about what to do in boring declined Italians. So maybe I will be able to share some insight. So my bishop can't get to g4, but I wanted to get to g4 no matter what. So I'm going to play g5 and g4. Takes and just force it in there. Here we go. Here we go. I was going to play bishop g4 to try and go knight d4 and such. But what I would love is... Oh, okay. Spicy. Spicy? They want to hit me here. This is close to being that, like, queen sack line, but it's not that line, if any of you guys know from my video. So, what do we got here? We got a number of options to deal with this. Bishop e6 is the most obvious one. And I think I should do that, just given the time situation. But I had some cool ideas. But I should just do this. I had some cool ideas, though. I can't make them work in time. Alright, let's just go here. Deal with this. And queen e7 or knight d4. Both make sense. e7, knight d4. Let's go knight d4. Hit this bishop. It can't stay along here to cut me from castling. My position is too good. All my pieces are doing a great job. Bishop's helping along here with some pin ideas. Yeah, my opponent didn't want to stay. Didn't even want to try me staying on this diagonal. And already I'm really thinking about rook takes h3. I developed to d7 instead of to e7 because I'm really thinking about this. Take, queen takes h3. How do you stop knight f3 in that position? Just throwing that out there. How do you stop it? Yeah, it was funny because my king... Oh, knight f3 check right now. Right, because rook takes h3, they can take this. But if I go knight f3 check right now, king h1, I can go rook takes h3 to end the game. And if they take me, then queen takes h3. And they are checkmated. Ooh, what a move. What a move. Knight f3. And we got him. Yeah, because my idea was rook takes h3, take queen takes... And if, well, they can't move the f-pawn to get the rook's help here, because it would just open this. And then, well, so they just take it, but now queen takes h3. And I go here or here. Yep. GG. Yeah, I mean, they could go rook e1 to create the f1 square, but that doesn't stop queen h1. And h3 doesn't stop queen h2. They need to go here and here at once, which they also can't do, because knight g3 wasn't even an option because of this bishop with the pin. But yeah, knight f3 was a nice move there, because king h1 is also losing immediately. Take, queen takes h3 is checkmate. And the point was, I can't go here right away, because of knight takes d4. But we got him, and we didn't even castle the whole time, which is kind of stunning. But my position was just that good that they, they got like one piece deep here, but there was nothing else, and there was really never any threats against my king at all. So, people were asking me how I deal with boring Italians. That's how I do it. I try to castle the other way, even though I didn't even get a chance to that game, and attack. Alright, no berserk this time. Okay, might we get another one? We got another one. All right. Well, what do we have this time? All right, let's do the same thing. c3. So my opponent's not telling me where they want to go. So I don't want to play bishop g4 yet. I'm going to play a move that's going to be useful no matter what, which is a6. Storing here. So okay, this is some smart stuff. I think we just have to castle short. My opponent is doing some Smarty Jones stuff. Smarty Jones. Oh, what are we doing here? Lots of maneuvers. I wish I didn't go d6 in one go. I want to go d5 because this is a big delay in castling. Knight g4 asks them to put something on e3, which I know they don't want to do. Because I could trade everything. I'm a little bit better there, but it's just such a hard advantage to work with. Let's go d5. Let's cause some issues while the king is still here. Queen e2. Okay, let's open this up. What can we do while the king's still there? I kind of wasted a move with this. And the pawn on a6 isn't helping me either, because I would love to put a bishop there. Knight e5, bishop c2, bishop e6, b3. Okay. Got a plan. Got a loose plan. It's here. Bishop c2, I expect. And now here, trying to use my pawn on a6. So b4, bishop b5, I think they're queen. Oh, it's not trapped. They have queen d2. What am I doing? Did I just get myself forked? This isn't even close. This isn't trapped. I thought this was like a ruck. I don't know why I did this. Wow. That was really, really stupid. Okay. Whoops. That's ridiculous. Yeah, if they went queen d... My goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't believe I did that. Alright. Well, they should just go here. Well, okay, knight g4, maybe it's still a little tricky, because you can't castle. Can I still get them? This is hard. I think they should have gone here to stop knight g4, actually. I don't know why I thought they couldn't go b4 because bishop b5 would trap the queen. And that they couldn't go here because this piece was controlling it. But it was a queen, not a rook. I feel like often when I face this, I go here and here really quickly. And I just didn't do that. Anyway, I lost this piece cleanly, but they took on a5, which wasn't a good choice. This was the more dangerous piece. It didn't matter whether you lost a pawn for your bishop if you just weren't losing the game right away. This is interesting. I can land with the bishop or land with the knight. Wow, both are good. I'm going to land with the knight. Both are good. Question is, do you want to give your queen? I think that's a pretty interesting question. I would have probably done it. I would have probably done it there. This is not fun. Knight h4. That seems like one of their last good pieces. Bishop g5. Did I just blow this again? Queen c5, there's bishop e3. I can go back queen e7 there, but I don't want to draw. Yeah, bishop g5, queen c5, bishop e3. I need to do something that doesn't lose this knight. Man, I don't have anything better. Well, they have queen they want to draw me? Man. Do something different. Don't draw. You're a piece up. I don't have any other option. I would just lose this knight cleanly. I could take. Yeah, I think the thing about the Rousseau Gambit and a lot of things like that is if white just plays d3 and just holds that, then I'm not sure you have many great ideas. Ugh. You're killing me. Oh, okay. Well, I have to trade queens here, which kind of sucks. I wish this were less time control. This is kind of tricky. Because takes, I have bishop c6. Yeah, I think they lost something here. Bishop e4. Oh, don't do that. I have rook takes f5. Oh, we're so in business. We're so in business. Look at that, and we are going to be equal. Oh, and they resigned rather than being down 2 pawns against me. That's so funny. Okay. What a game. We're going to forget that ever happened. All right, we're within 1 point of first. We're 1 point off the lead. After all that. Wow. Wow. Just. And that, kids, is how you beat Italians. No, I'm kidding. Oh, wow. 25-15. Got a strong opponent here. Time to play a Yinyan. Yeah. Do it. Take it. Take my pawn. Yinyan Gambit. Yes. It was because I gave a very high-pitched voice. I think that's what did it. All right. Fun times ahead here. Fun times ahead. Let's go here first. Queen e2, bishop f4. We're going to bring our rook there. We're going to bring our knight there. We're going to have lots of fun. Knight d5. That's a good move, as I understand it. With g6. A rare one. I think, well, they have an idea here to play check and get out really fast. Yeah, so I'm going to play rook d1 because I don't want to give them that check and quick castle. So I'm going to play rook d1, and which still causes a lot of problems here. You know, in conjunction with ideas of like rook takes d5 and knight c7 check, winning the queen there, and also just something like bishop e4 right now. So potentially dangerous. Potentially dangerous. We'll see what we can do. I want to make this move. Well, here's the thing. They want to go knight takes c3. If they go knight takes c3, takes, they want to take a3, right? So, oh, but I have just knight c4, queen a2, knight d6. Oh, that's got to be good. That's got to be the move here. The other option is knight b5, bishop g7. Well, knight c4 takes queen a8, knight d6, king d6. I mean, come on. This is just winning. I don't know why I'm even bothering with other things. This and knight d6 check. It's so strong. Gambit glasses. Yeah, how could I forget? Gambit glasses, baby. Oh, yeah, this is so good. I got bishop b1 I can throw in now, which I think is just winning this knight outright. I think everything's winning here. Like, just everything's winning. Knight d6 check. Bishop c4, I think, is a good inclusion. Knight takes f7. It cannot possibly be bad. Yeah, bishop c4. Oh, my goodness. This king is toast. It's toast. I can't believe they took a2. They went fishing for another pawn. They took, like, one pawn wasn't enough for you. You had to go queen a5, queen takes a2, while your king was totally collapsing. You're like, ah, yes, let me at least grab that other pawn. All right, well, we got to finish him off. I think check and then taking the queen might be one of the ways to do it. But do I have something fancier? any knight check, because king e8, knight c7 would be mate, but any knight check, they at least have like knight d4. So I think the best way is to go here, check. I do have to be a bit careful because I don't want my queen getting counterattacked. But f5, I can take it. Yeah, I can take it. This is check. This is check. Their queen's still hanging. Their queen is still hanging. And I will now collect it. Unless I can checkmate them right now. Unless I can checkmate them right now. Which I can. No, I can't. Can I? Knight check. King d8. Queen takes d1 check. It's close. I think we're just having fun here. I should probably just take this queen. Unless we got something cute. Check. Where's the cute? Check. Wait, check here. King d8. Check here. I'm just torturing this guy. Alright, I'll take your queen. Fine. If I miss something there, that's kind of annoying. Let's go take... where is it? Alright, I'll take this poor knight. This was fun. We're still playing this out. Check again. Let's use them all. Let's use them all. Bring that rook to d1. I think that was the issue. Didn't have enough pieces in there. Didn't quite have enough. Oh, okay, you resigned. All right, wait. We got to see if I missed something even better. The game's already analyzed. I had 1 inaccuracy and 94% accuracy. All right, wait. Let's have a look. Here, wait. I'll let you guys see the eval bar there. So fun. Yinyan Gambit that I beat a higher rated opponent in, and I just crushed them. So they took e4 and they took d3. So a full acceptance of the Yinyan, right? We play this fun move, knight a3, against the Alapin Sicilian, right? d5 is one of the most common strikes here because the point is queen takes d5 and you don't have knight c3 anymore. So the queen can hang out here, countering white's otherwise great center with d4. But we play knight a3, just inviting this, and we get a head start in our queenside castling. And this knight is going to jump to either b5 or c4, as you saw in the game, and try to hit him here or here, right? And also with long castles, we're going to hit him here. And so we got some really quick development. And already this was a tough situation for black. They played g6 here. What I wanted to do is long castles. I wanted to play knight b5. I want to play like bishop c4. I want to put a lot of pressure there and try and get him with knight c7. Try to jump in knight d6 check, as is very, very easy to miss, as my opponent did in the game. And g6, rook d1 was a very good choice on my part, because otherwise long castles might have allowed them to run away with check with tempo. So rook d1 gave no such tempo, and otherwise I have a huge threat here of bishop c4, which is just kind of winning this knight cleanly. So in the game, queen a5 to sidestep that pin, but that was not a great choice, because what it invited me is knight c4, went fishing even further, knight d6 check, which is already so strong with the rook and the queen screeching down here. Yeah, your opponent's very likely to miss knight d6 check, I found, by doing this. And now bishop c4 just adds insult to injury. I mean, knight takes f7 would have been plenty. Black here has absolutely nothing. And bishop c4 could have been my next move, for example. Or c4 could have been my next move, or anything, really. You know, even just knight f3. Remember, I'm down 1 pawn in this position, so I think it's not like I risked a ton. But yeah, bishop c4, and then I think I just played this the simplest way possible. Knight takes c3 was a fun counterpunch to try and trade queens, whether like that or like that, right? So to at least not get checkmated, although like takes was gonna like win a rook. But the best way was just check to get my queen out of the way and then take here next turn. And f5, knight takes f5, check. Oh, what I missed that was even better. This was even better. Check here. Rook takes. Oh, well, it's still not quite checkmate, but that was even better. I took... Okay, bishop takes a2 was the best move. Bishop takes a2 was the best move. Oh, I could take and then takes a2. But yeah, it's so close to checkmate, you know, it's so close. But anyway, just win the game. Just win the game. You can't always be focused on making the most phenomenal content of all. But yeah, plus 5.4 here, as I was going to castle knight g5. I mean, my opponent has a rook for the queen. So, not a great situation. Yeah, Yinyan Gambit, stay winning. Stay winning. Oh, yeah, I have big news. The Yinyan Gambit video is going to be published tomorrow morning. The full repertoire video is going to be published in less than 12 hours from now. It's recorded. I've made the description. We just got the thumbnail done. It's all ready. It is all ready to go. Stay tuned. I'll probably schedule it for like 9:15 a.m. Eastern. I think that's like my typical go-to. Yeah, I spoke with Highly Cruciferous and, of course, Yinyan himself about the repertoire, about my video, about trying to learn the Yinyan just absolutely as much as possible. So this is the product of a lot of research and games and such played. Should we beat Degenerate? Maybe I'll play. Maybe I'll go for this. Maybe I'll just cast like a normal person. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys. It is big news. Yeah, let's be a degenerate. Why not? All right, G5, G4. Here we go. He takes E7. So my opponent could strike back in the middle, in which case this is not the most fun situation, but we're going to try. We're going to try if we can castle and then get him on the G file. I feel like this has gone well. Let's run away. Rook will come here. Bishop will come there. It would be even better if we had the dark square bishop here. Be better if we had that. Alas. Okay, let's swing it over. So bishop h3, g3. So yeah, let's play here. Well, bishop h3 invites an 81, right? a5 is my next move over here, by the way. I do not want pawn trades. Unless they, like, are they willing to trade that? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I could throw that in safely. What was the opening here? This was a denied bush gas gambit. Do I want that rook? I'm just going to go a5. This was a denied bush. So push past rule. Very important. I do not want to trade pawns. So they say pawn trade. I say no. Around this side of the board where my king is. I don't want to open that file. My opponent wants me to take this, but I would rather take this. Maybe knight takes e4? Yeah. Takes, I feel like, kind of kills my vibe a little bit. The best is when you also still have the bishop here, and then so when you hit him on g2, there's no g3, because I would just take g3, because I have the bishop here pinning this pawn, and so, you know, everything's cooking in a situation like that. So, I mean, he's really asking me to just take his rook. Take, check. It's not quite working. This pawn's in the way. Really, he really wants me to take this rook. Okay, I'll take your rook, buddy. Take f2 seems like why not? He's gonna hit me with some check here, but it's kind of not the end of the world. Check here. Yeah, it would be great to have that out of the way, but we can't have it all. I think just some king b8 here makes a lot of sense. Bishop h3 would have been a good move. I didn't really have a strong punch right there. I mean, honestly, I'm just up material here, and I might just go take queen e3. I don't want to get attacked with like b6 or something. If I can move again, what's my next move? Yeah, so b6 is coming. Knight c8 makes a lot of sense for that reason. Against b6, the knight was doing absolutely nothing here. Here e4 makes sense. I mean, he wants b6. Right? I could play b6 myself. Makes a certain degree of sense. Probably. Oh, don't go there. Don't go there. I was going to say queen f4. I was going to maybe play queen g5. Are you guys still there on stream? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We got 7 seconds left. Whoa. I just lost connection. Now we're back. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. Now this is gonna be close. Wait. No, that's not checkmate. How do I checkmate? Queen no, that's not it. Shoot. F5. Yeah, F5. Oh no, that's... Yeah, I could take this. F3... F2 and mate. Yeah, we did it. Whew. That was a close one. But we got our internet back. You guys are back. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. It just skidded for a moment. But we managed to win. That was close. Gotta invest in an Ethernet cord. What did that look like on your end? Does 2h5 make sense in the London? I mean, I know what you're going for. You're going for this, like, dumb little trick. You're gonna go e5. You're gonna trap the bishop if they play, like, e3 or something like this. I mean, I don't like playing for, like, just one trick. Like, I think I really... the way I play chess is aggressive and tricky, yes, but it's not... I wouldn't group it in with that kind of play, you know? Of just going for one trick, and if they don't fall for it, then you don't have anything. That is not me. I go for attacks in general, and I try to find situations where there's really no way out for them. Yes, a London Crusher stays winning. London Crusher stays winning. Bishop c4. I mean, this seems... Wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, he's asking for it. He's saying to me, please, William, put your knight on d6. Please. Please. I would be so sad if you didn't put your knight on d6. There's nothing I want more than to see your knight dominate my position. Both of them, in fact, was his request. He asked for both of them to kill him. One knight wasn't good enough. Let's take here. Yeah, so there's no way to defend f7 there. And yeah, at minimum it's a fork. Queen a5, just bishop d2. I mean, so many good options here. I'm just going to take the rook. I want to get on this diagonal somehow, but I don't see it. Just take this rook. And probably just back knight. Oh, well, queen b4 check. Okay, don't miss that. Don't miss that. Probably best to just castle in that case. That I could have missed. I could have missed that. I really could have. Let's just castle. Alright. I feel like I went for the greedy route, and I could have enjoyed my dominant position a little longer. I just kind of cashed in there, so to speak. And their position's okay. Let's just defend here. Well, I say that, but this is just dreadful, right? I mean, like, they have a couple good pieces. They have a couple good pieces. That's what I'll say. This is a good idea. Bishop b7. I don't think that's a good idea. I think they should have played bishop b7 while they had the chance. And now I'm trading off for their best pieces. And you didn't get to play bishop b7. And now I'm hitting that diag. Oh, buddy. Buddy. No. No. They had some chances there, though, to untangle themselves a little bit. Yeah, here comes bishop a5 and rook c1. This is going to checkmate them. Rook e8. Rook f8. I can just keep checking. Check until I get my queen in. And eventually I will. Eventually we'll run him against the edge here. Queen will come in. The issue is that I don't want this trade. Alright, nice game, GG. Whew. Yeah, so, I mean, I think my opponent just kind of struggled out of the opening there when they had to go knight f6, knight g8, e6, knight e7, right? So these are a lot of moves, and so, you know, if your opponent's not getting their king out of the center quick enough, you should strike. And I had the opportunity there to hit him with knight d6 check before they castled. So, shout out to Ranjabov, who beat me. He was the one player to beat me. Alright, we're going to play Arm Chess Player again, though. This guy, I just played the Yinyan against him. And we'll play him again. For the last game of this arena. Can we get a Bush Gas? You want to take the pawn? No. How about now? Alright, we'll get a boring Italian. Okay, but a boring Italian with a quick castle, which allows bishop g4, because there's no g4 here. So, this is good. Let's see what we can do. Now, I want a6 because I don't want bishop b5. I don't want bishop b5. It's going to bother me. I want this knight to stay on the table, because if I went here, could have went take bishop b5, and I'm not sure what I would have done about that. So here's knight d5, and what I kind of want is takes, and then me opening this file. Kind of want that to happen. So let's actually, well, here's the thing. If I go queen d7 right now, which I would do, but there is take, knight takes e5, which is a nasty little sequence if I put my queen right there. So I think, well, I could go rook g8. I might play rook g8, actually. This is a very interesting move. Really asking for this. Yeah, oh, beautiful. Wow, I look like a genius now. I went rook g8 and then the file opened. Whoa, g4. No way. No way. No way, no way, not a chance. I had takes, rook takes, but I don't think it was going to work. King h1, h2, I think they could have patched, especially with my pawn there. So yeah, knight h2 they have to play to not get checkmated. What to do, what to do. I have f5, I have knight a5. I have various ideas. I should probably just castle. Bishop g6 to play h5. I don't see myself achieving much until I do that. For example, king h1, and I will have to move it. Maybe that was my chance to play. No, I don't think f5 was good. Okay, time to focus on h5. h5, I guess, is no, g5 is not even possible. I think queen d2 was actually a bad move, because it should have stayed on this diagonal. Because I'm hitting him with h5 now. What is this? What is this? What's happening here? This doesn't make a lot of sense. Takes knight takes? Is that your idea? Trying to go knight takes f6? No. I'm going to go rook h8. Interesting. Okay, we're going to take it. What are you going to do? Pawn takes or knight takes? I don't think knight takes is working. I can't imagine that working. I'm just going to rook h8. This seems... Wow. No. This is very vulnerable. He's offering me a draw. Yeah. No thanks, bud. Let's go take... I'm thinking about... Takes... Rook takes g4. Takes... I mean, it's just... Is that even necessary, or can I just win the game with rook h8? And just not... And just don't be crazy. Just don't be crazy. Rook h8, queen g2, shift the other rook in. I mean, it's gotta be really good. I think this is just the best. Because also queen g2, I can take e3, knight takes e3. Okay, in this position, I was already thinking about this. But king takes h3. Bishop h5, potentially. It could be working, but it's... I think it is working, because rook g1, I have rook h8 there. But it's also just wholly unnecessary. I could just play this move. Just get all the pieces in. Now we've got all our rooks cooking down these files. And this seems bad. Because I can also take here and distract whenever I want. But I think my current threat... So that was good on their part, right? I almost forgot about that resource. But I go bishop h5. So they block this. Wow. Wish I could go takes on the other end, but I can't. Yeah, they blocked me this way. They actually are hanging on. Maybe I should have done some big sacrifice. I need to get my queen out of here somehow. Queen, she needs some freedom. Let's go here, and let's start thinking about double sacrifice and queen g8. Bishop takes c5, take... Well, if I go take, king takes, queen g8, king f3, there's nothing there now. If I go rook takes, pawn takes, queen g8. Alright, I think I should just go rook g7, shifting this over. I don't even think I needed that necessarily. Yeah, maybe I just gave the time to patch. Opponent is finding some good resources, but I think we've got all our pieces in position at this point. I think I probably missed a sacrifice, but it's okay because I'm just going to take this and win the pawn and just crash through. The tension has stayed here for a while, but it's kind of immaterial. It's good for me to have because then it's like the queen can't really move without me having an option to distract it. I'm going to take this rather than recapturing. I think it was a good opportunity there. Now I've got a number of options. I think this is a good one. Or maybe it wasn't a great one. Well, takes, that's mate, right? But king h2, yeah, I thought I could... No, I don't have a knockout here. Okay, bishop g4, let's keep as much on the board as we can. Oh, I'm so low on time, are you kidding? Man alive. That wasn't even a good move. Take. I think this is winning now. I'm betting queen h1. Take. Can go back, king h2. Just trying to cause some issues here. Queen f2. Yeah, my knight's going to be helpful, actually, with 82 resources. Seems good. 82 is my next move against almost anything. Now that is going to win, but there's bishop takes f7. No way. What do I do against that? I don't even know. How do I make that move? That's so ridiculous. What is the move here? Bishop g6, yes. Oh yeah. I can get rid of that. Now I have this again. No, wait. Why did I let that stay on the board? Oh my goodness, I had him. Okay, I need knight f4, but there's queen g3 now. No. No. What is he? Stupid. Bishop g5 was just kind of got me on a pre-move prank. I mean, f takes and resigns with queen h5 next turn. But, and then with bishop h4, I just didn't have enough time to win it. Wow. That is a frustrating one to not win. Because he played it in such a way that I was like already so ready with queen h5. It was just like if he played it too early or too late, I would have like not done it. It was like at a time where my mouse was in a position that I don't know. Ugh, I just so had him. I mean, this position is -3. Bishop h5 first was even better than rook h8. Here, I just should have played f5 to really open things up. But I mean, this position is just so winning. This was just -3. Still -3. So we get into this situation. Takes was the way to go. Apparently that's the top engine line. But yeah, I mean, he held on. Like props to my opponent for defending the situation. I had just check in here, which just would have won apparently. Just gives the queen. Yeah, rough. Anyway, yeah. Also here at the end, it's so stupid. It's so stupid just to just checkmate in 6 if I just do this. But anyway, that's okay. It's okay. We had a lot of good chances there. That one didn't even count for the arena. So actually, still technically in the arena, I was 9 for 10 with a 60% berserk rate, and we were second. Shout out to Ranjabov, who also beat me. He's that 0 there. He started just 1 out of 3, but then won his last 3, 6, 8 games. Shout out to him. Yeah, that was a crazy game. Sometimes they go your way, sometimes they don't, and that's okay. Alright, I'm happy to take challenges from my viewers. What's up, Jake Peterman? We are here on YouTube Live. Mr. Desert Lightning, I will accept your challenge. I remember, actually, I didn't at the end of last stream. So, I certainly owe you one. Alright, make sure to mute the stream. And good luck, sir. Okay, he's playing a Scandi, so we're playing a Von Popil. I think maybe he's realizing that. Oh, what do we have here? This is weird. This is weird. We're both trying to sacrifice things. I think D takes c5 and I'm just better. Like, for example, takes, I'll trade queens, and like knight c3. I'll win this pawn. It's not obvious what else I do. I mean, this is just a bad French. And there's no real other way for me to play this. Okay, I'll take this. What's his plan? d4. Okay, knight f3, knight c6, I guess. So this is like it's like the Falkbear counter gambit, right? With like e4, e5, f4, d5 takes e4. It's like that idea of splitting the pawns, but it's one rank over, and it's in such a way that it doesn't really compromise my king. I guess the trick here is bishop b5, which looks like it makes a lot of sense. There, you would lose to queen a5 check. So don't do that. What I'm gonna do, well, I was gonna maybe play bishop f4 because e5 makes a lot of sense. Let's play c3. Of course, this trade would be nice, and I take c3, so I expect e5. Or bishop g4, interesting. But now I'm gonna go here. Now that I can, I will. No queen a5 check. And this seems to be the square to fight over. Maybe c takes d4 I should have just played. Takes. Pawn takes. Knight takes. Okay, well, here's e5. What to do, Take. Queen takes d4 I could play, if I am given the chance. I also like maybe just queen a4. Because then maybe knight takes e5 is on the table, right? Queen a4, take. That seems very good. That seems very good. This pawn is in the way nicely against the bishop defending from home. And now we've sidestepped, so any defense on c6, knight e7, queen here, rook here, whatever it may be, I want to take this. So the only thing that would stop me is bishop d7. Against bishop d7, I did not even consider it. I think we're going to take it. Oh, queen c7 makes sense. It defends here. But does it? Take. King up, queen a8, I could also take here first. Well, c takes d4. I mean, I've got a lot of things that I can take, I feel like. There's a lot of things. There's a lot that's hanging. I could take here and then knight 85. I can take here first. I think we're going to start with knight 85. I think this seems good. It also has a tempo on this bishop. Yeah, I think we've put a lot of pressure here successfully on these points. It's a reversed Albin. Yeah, it also has the Albin counter gambit pattern, the Falk Bear counter gambit pattern. The same thing of like sacrificing the pawn next to it and then pushing in between. But this seems very good. Yeah. So bishop d7 is kind of a major concession. And I think this is about to look really good. After take, for example, queen takes d7 and c takes d4, I think this ended up really good for us because we are up these 3 pawns in the middle of the board. So, success. And next, I want to go d5. I mean, I want to castle. There's a lot of things I want to do, but this worked out. Castles, d5, take, no checkmate, queen guards. I mean, bishop e3 makes a lot of sense, right? Like, it just makes a lot of sense. However, if we were really ambitious for no particular reason, in a completely winning position, we would play d5. Let's just play bishop e3. Can't mess around against strong players like Mr. Desert Lightning. d5 sacrifice. Going to c3. Stop that sacrifice. I would rather just have these pawns, you know? I don't want to not have them. d5 take, queen a8, knight b8, bishop f4. Is that a way to end the game? Mayhaps. Like I said, not necessary, but nothing we do is ever really necessary. Takes queen a8, king c7, that's mate. Takes queen a8, knight b8, bishop f4. And there's really no way to save him. There's really no way to save him. Knight c6, take. Or knight c6, I can go take and like give some schmancy checkmate threats. Or yeah, maybe we can make some fancy threats. I mean, takes here makes a lot more sense, but maybe we can make some fancy threats. Actually, there's bishop takes c5. Maybe this isn't worth risking. What I really wanted more than anything was to do this, and then queen takes b8, knight takes b8, knight a7. That's my dream. Alas. You know what? No, alas. We're gonna try to make this happen for no reason. I think it like just takes and like resigns, but we're gonna make this happen. Okay, we're not gonna make this happen. All right. I think we need to stop messing around and start checkmating. Takes this, queen takes b7. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Good game, Mr. Desert Lightning. Let's have a look. I got +1 to get back to 24 on lead chess. All right, e4, d5, d4. I already get a question mark from that. Love it. It's the same position as the Albin, but with the other side to move. Yes, that is completely true. That is completely true now that I think about it. This is the Albin counter gambit, as Vasily Borgov played against Beth Harmon in the final match of Queen's Gambit. e5 takes in d4, right? Just putting that in between. Anyway, yes, we got that in this position with d4, but now so it's my turn to move. And this is not a good version. It's already +2. I guess the benefit of it, if I open the database, is do you think bishop b5 is going to be the most common move? It is. It's actually the most common move by far. 53%. c3 is next with 24%. And then the next move is 8%. So, yes, 24,000 people have blundered their bishop with bishop to b5 check. So, if there is something to say about this line, it's that. You don't have knight c3 here. Good. All right, GG. Compact dream. Okay, so yes, most people will play bishop b5, but c3, strike here. So yeah, it's a situation where like if we trade, just knight takes c3, and I think looks like a pretty clean pawn for white. It's important to strike. I'll note because if white does nothing, right? So like bishop e2 and castles, all of a sudden black's now actually taking a great center and is down 0 pawns and took their pawn back with style, right? So it's important to not let that happen and to strike here. So c3, and if e5, which was the most common move, my plan was bishop b5 here. Yeah, bishop b5, not c takes d4, because c takes d4, now I'm in a situation where I'm just going to lose this again. I don't have bishop b5 anymore. There's queen a5 check. This pawn takes away my knight c3. So my point was here to play bishop b5. In which case, we're in business attacking here, takes, knight takes e5, right? My pawn stops queen a5 check. So that was the idea. Bishop g4 was played in the game, and I played bishop b5 with my pawn blocking here, but this is just looking pretty good. Queen a4, sidestepping this, and now my knight is free to actually just grab the e5 pawn here in style. The point being queen takes e5, we have takes and takes here. I'm not sure. Yeah, at this point, the best bet for black was bishop d7, having to retreat there, killing the pin. And here, yeah, best for white is castles. If bishop takes c5, oh, well, I would have had to see this. There's this center fork trick. This is a nice center fork trick there. Anyway, in the game, queen c7, takes, bishop comes back, take, 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 and yeah, at this point, you know, I was just able to trade everything I needed, and we got this situation. Good fight by Desert Lightning. Yeah, what I really wanted with knight takes b5 was so something else. I don't even know what else would have been played, but I wanted to go takes and knight a7. Didn't get it, but we still got the game there because the attack and the pawns here was just overwhelming. Make sure to focus on the result first, boys. Don't try this at home. GG, Mr. Desert Lightning. It is always a great battle. I see I've gotten a couple other challenges. All right, Slugworthy, I have not played you yet. I have not played you yet at all. So I'll give you a chance. Does Stockfish like knight takes e5? Yes, it does. It was the #1 move there. It was the #1 move. Queen a4. The point was to be able to play knight takes e5. Good question. I think everything I did there, Stockfish liked, other than my second move of the game, which was e4, d5. I played d4. Mr. Slugworthy. We have a little green here. It says he joined the game. Okay, he moved. Just as I sent you there. Which makes me look like an asshole. Alright, bishop c4, bishop c5. So we've got a counter... Oh! What's this? I don't know this gambit. I don't know it. I have to accept it. If I go pawn takes, I can already see there's takes and queen h5 check. Taking here. If I go bishop takes, I guess there's like knight f3. And you can see I'm maybe not in for a fun time either. Alright, this is good. I think this has some serious intrigue to it. Can I come back and offer this? No, I don't think there's any logic in that, or that could possibly work. It's too many moves with the bishop for it to make any sense. Alright, I gotta go knight c6. So he takes this. Ah, I know this line. I know this line. I know what we're going to transpose into. I know what we're going to transpose into after castles. Well, he hits me with a quick bishop e3. Now I'm in a situation where I could give the pawn back. I could play knight f6, take, 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 d6, and just be a little bit worse. Or we could be a little ambitious. And I think the square I want is e6. Is that crazy? It might be crazy. But I might just be the lunatic you're looking for. Because if castles f4 was a big idea, I think, for black. Like knight c6, I think he was going to go castles and he was going f4. Okay, take. Do I want d takes or f takes? Not f takes. There's queen h5 and takes. So d takes. Easy choice. All right. Now, if we trade queens, I was just going to try and grind out that endgame. Now queen h5. Now we have another option to give this pawn with knight f6 and takes. It's probably going to be a no from me, dog. I'm probably just going to castle. So, yeah. So how do we defend it? Here or here? The idea of being able to play knight f6 with tempo is good, but here I feel like I could get hit with tempo being just the queen. Oops. I'm trying to send the link, not open the link. Okay. So let's hang on here. Knight e7, there's knight b5. I gotta watch out for all these things. So, do I just play a6? I'm really trying to just hang on to my pawn, which is not the way I love to play chess. Long castles was a consideration. I don't want to just lose a7. Love the Billy reference. Thank you. It was very unplanned. Castles takes b6. No, don't castle. There's bishop g5. Don't be stupid. Okay. So the castling's not on the table. Let's just play knight e7. Now the question is, do I leave this open for them? I don't think so. I don't think there's much there. Just take, rook d1. I would just run, and they're going to run out of pieces. Bishop g5 here, I can go queen g6. So, I think well, if I castle next turn, let's say it's my move again, and then there's bishop g5, then I play queen g6. I think that's safe for me, because they can't take, because they, oh no, I can't castle next turn, there's this. Okay, we gotta stop doing stupid things. I think then the idea, first of all, it might be to play h6 myself. So if I castle bishop g5, queen g6, queen back, f6, I think we're okay. No. Stupid. Castles, bishop g5, queen g6, they can take me and I'm losing material. Okay, we gotta go here. But then I make h4 look like a very genius move, because now it's like, okay, then they're gonna play h5 next. So, that wasn't my intention. I didn't want to make them look smart. Kind of... Oh! Okay. I am having trouble keeping everything straight in my head. Alright, fine. We lost our extra pawn. That was so near and dear to us. Oh no, bishop f4, I just lose. Oh, what am I doing? Bishop f4, I just lose. I just lose. I think I was doing everything right, but it was just hard for me. Oh my goodness, do I have another chance? Oh, just knight c6. I'm totally alive. I was just making my own eulogy. I'm so alive. Nothing even happened. Let's go. Let's win this game. I've played brilliantly so far. Yeah, bishop f4 unstoppable was crazy. All right, a6. Don't have to worry about this. I'm a little bit worse, but let's go. I'm way down on the clock. Wow. I was dead. I was totally dead to rights. Totally bishop f4 resigns. But, wow. Okay. Let's go. Let's play e5. If there's no knight d5, I think I should play e5. Because this is a tough situation. I also like dancing, but queen c5 might kill my dance. So I would love, yeah, I was going to say I'd love for them to spend a tempo on that. That's great. Because I didn't want to fish for that anyway. Knight d5 is impossible. Oh, now bishop g4 looks even better. There's no f3. That's great news. And in fact, maybe we can try and win this. And their threats on my dark squares on the queen side are a forgotten memory. They can throw an h5 here, which they should. Where would I go? I have no good squares. Oh, take, check. Knight b8, bishop a7. It works, but it doesn't make a threat. In fact, e4 is just hanging. I'll just go here, though. Like, you can play it, sure, but why? Like, if the point of knight b5 is there is a blunder I can make, then it doesn't have a point. Right? We play chess by the ignore principle. I want to ignore what you just did. So if I can, great. I want to do what I want to do. Okay, we trade. Do I play b6? No, I'm just going to take here. Now, oh, we've got some tricks. I want to go rook d1. If rook g1, I'm going to go like queen g2. Does that make any sense? Rook e1. Queen, back to e4. No. Rook g1, what are we going to do that's going to make more sense? Queen e2. Oh, that just loses. Queen e2 now hits the rook and rook d1. Mr. Slugworthy played a very good opening against me and had a lot of chances as a result. And I certainly felt the pressure, even though he was just playing natural moves. So if this doesn't show what Gambits can do to unprepared players, I don't know what does, because I was having a hard time holding on to my extra pawn and trying to follow all the stockfish stuff there. I was having a tough time. What can I do that would make some progress? You know what? We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this. I can win this endgame. I can even win this endgame. Take my rook. There. I can win that endgame too. There, that was tough because I always had to watch out for h5 as a pre-move. But I think we're good now. Okay, wow, GG. Wow, wow, wow. I am sweating, and not just because it's hot. So, let us have a look. First of all, we've got to talk about this opening. Crazy game. Crazy game indeed. I'm looking at this, and I'm opening Stockfish right now, and the first thing I see is it's 0.0. So how could this not be good? Do you have a name? Bishop's opening Lewis Gambit. d4 here. I think the first thing I noticed was pawn takes d4. There was... yeah, bishop takes f7, king takes, and queen h5, right? And this is very good for white. Oh, well, you can throw in that check. That was actually a mouse slip. but yeah, maybe you can throw it in. But yeah, takes here, and white is down nothing. And they might just even be winning that pawn, and my king's in the middle. So that has to be quite common. Wow, e takes d4 accounts for 63% of games. But I saw it, so I played bishop takes d4. Knight f3, knight c6, take this bishop. I mean, there's just no other options for black. Knight takes d4 is again correct. Pawn takes d4. this would have led to something bad. F6, I think. Yeah, E5, what a strike. While the king's still in the middle, knight has nowhere to go other than back home because of this and F4 coming. So, brutal stuff. Knight takes D4 force, bishop E3. Knight E6 I play. Takes, oh wow, you had a lot. Mr. Slugworthy, you knew a lot of theory. You're absolutely correct to really like this gambit. This is already plus 0.3, even though I've dodged a lot of potholes along the way. So, wow. So maybe let's go back after and give a full overview of the Lewis gambit after we review this game. So takes, I played D takes because F takes, and we'll also maybe talk a little bit about knight C6 there. F takes, yes, there was check and taking this pawn. So I played D takes, and I'm still under a lot of pressure. You continue to rattle off theory. Here, I should have just played knight E7. I'm looking at the engine, and castle. And here, white is just a little bit better after knight C3. Rook comes to the middle, king castles, and such. So knight E7 was what I should have done. But most people are playing queen F6 or queen D6, as I did. Queen F6, it's still plus 0.3, but it's a greedy plus 0.3. Queen D6 invites maybe this hit. I was kind of looking at this a little bit. Forces G6. Now knight D2, and white can castle with some knight move. Tough situation for black, trying to hold on to not so great extra pawn. I assume if you were going to give the pawn back, most people play knight F6 and not knight E7, right? But then I guess the issue is takes, castles, and bishop G5 puts a lot of pressure. Whereas if the knight were on E7, I would be able to play pawn F6. But this is putting a lot of pressure, and is a tough pin to deal with in general for black. Like, what do you even play here? I can't go queen D6. There's takes F6. So like, what do I even do? And like castles, knight C3, rook D1, for example. Just keep it easy. Or like knight D2, long castle, G4, G5. So like if you're stuck, you're stuck. So yeah, tough situation there. I guess the one saving grace might be this, but you're still gonna lose a pawn, right? Interesting. So anyway, in the game, I play queen F6. I'm trying to hold on to everything. So knight C3, I play bishop D7. I'm continuing to dodge all the worst, but my clock is getting drained, and so is my brain. As I continue to dodge knight B5, I still can't go knight E7 because knight B5, and my queen is left home. So this is a big issue, and I'm just losing here. So bishop D7, I hold on knight B5, but now after castles, again I'm in an annoying situation because I can't castle. There's bishop G5, which is winning my rook. So I play here knight E7. H4, another good move. Somehow A4 is the top move of the engine, but I just can't even... Like, the point is to play knight B5. We're still in a situation where there's a lot of games. Most common move was rook F1, which prepares F4, which makes a lot of sense to me. But both these moves, H4 and F4, have to do with activating this rook. I guess one idea for white can be here. Bring it around to F3 or G3, and also this pawn can be bothersome. So again, I'm in an annoying situation, because I can't castle, because there's bishop G5. And then this is my only square, takes, and either I take with a knight and lose the rook, or I take with a pawn and lose the knight. So that's annoying. And I can't castle short, because if you play bishop G5, I'm losing this knight. Well, oh no, sorry, I'm losing this bishop. I'm just losing this bishop right away. My king can't leave that bishop. So this is annoying for me. The top engine move was H6, but I didn't, the thing about H6 and me is that it doesn't stop bishop G5 as long as there's a pin here, and like he can play it next turn, and it's just inviting G4, and if the point is to castle and then to have bishop G5 stopped, first of all, you still haven't even done that, because takes H takes G5, and you can get checkmated if I've castled. And also G4, G5 can be brutal, opening this up. So H6 just didn't make sense to me, although it was the only move to maintain equality. And instead I just play queen G6 and just let this slip. I just was totally drained from defending everything. I feel like, I mean, this isn't the engine's recommendation or anything, but I feel like if I could have this back, I might play here. It negates this forever, but at least I'm threatening to castle if I got another move. For example, let's say like rook H3, which makes some sense. I could play your castles. No, apparently this is bad. Rook F3, oh, and just take this pawn. So, yeah, wow. This is tough. So queen G6 I play, takes E5, and now this is plus 3.6, because I'm in a situation now where I castled to defend here, and yeah, This is plus 5.4 after bishop f4, threatening checkmate, as I immediately realized after long castle. Yeah, threatening to castle. Threatening to castle is actually a statement I use a lot because in my games, I'm usually on the other side of this. I like being on the other side of this, where my opponent is trying to threaten to castle, and I'm trying to keep them in the center. That time they did it, my viewer, Mr. Slugworthy, did it to me, and I don't really like how my medicine tastes. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I would rather be the one down upon. So, in the game, yeah, bishop f4 just kills me. It just kills me. There's no way to defend mate. My pieces just aren't that good. And it is what it is. Knight d5 just takes, and I'm dead. Oh, and there's your favorite. Boom, 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 boom. Reset the counter. Cool. So in the game, that did not happen. And queen to a5 was played, which makes sense. Like attacking some stuff, playing the queen and attacking post. But I have this great resource, knight c6, and suddenly we're back to plus 0.4. And after all that, we've got a ball game again. So I play her a6. g3 makes sense. But after e5, I feel like I'm happy about this because I didn't really want to take that pawn. I wanted to play e5. I wanted to play bishop to g4. And I felt a little bit free here. But it's still not that good. It's plus 0.6 after h5. Because my queen needs to step in the way somehow of this. Queen f6 is not something you want to do. So it needs to step in the way. h6 is annoying. Your rook can just come to the middle after that. And this is still better for white. In the game, knight b5, which is a fun move to play, but because yeah, so here I lose, right? Here I lose. There's no doubt about that. Queen takes b8 next, and the rook will control the d7 square no matter what. However, what we got to consider when we make moves, what I try to consider all the time, and I mentioned this during the game, is the ignore principle. The ignore principle dictates how I make all my decisions. It's basically, can I ignore your last move? And I want the answer to that question to be yes. I don't want to deal with your idea. I don't want to deal with any threats you're doing or anything. I want to do what I want to do. I want to cause problems for you. And so that's the first thing I ask, is can I ignore it? Hopefully. And if the answer is no, then okay, I got to deal with it. Oh well. But here I'm looking at this knight b5. Okay, well the first thing I realized, like, can I take the knight, right? But no, check here. But can I ignore it? The answer is yes. Great. Right? So that's what we got to dictate, is how close are you to making me not ignore it? How close are you to like making a threat? Right? Is kind of like how many moves after knight b5 do you need? So like here, like I can give you another move, knight a7 check, trade. Like, okay, look, maybe looks like you're making progress, but again, that's still another, like again, how many moves are you to making me not ignore you? And so that's not quite it. And if you can't make a killer threat, I mean, first of all, like, it's always good, like, knight here, queen b3, right? That's just a couple moves to maybe make you not ignore me. But, like, rook d2, rook d1, like, if you're not sure what to do, improve your worst piece, right? So rook d2 here makes a lot of sense just for that reason, I think. So knight b5, it's not, it actually is a blunder. I was going to say it's not a blunder because it doesn't hang a knight, but it is a blunder because it gave 2 question marks and it gave me this pawn. But otherwise, yeah, so that's just kind of how I approach knight b5. So here I played bishop g4. I was excited to do it. I probably should have just taken this pawn, but I didn't. Bishop g4, attack the rook. We trade rooks. Knight a7 check, take, and take e4. This is a tough situation for white. Yeah, that knight was important. Spent a couple moves trading it. It was a cool move. It was a cool move. But it was just, didn't cause me any problems. It was a cool move, though. Yeah, so takes e4 is a rough situation because I can also maybe try b6, queen b7, even after it takes a6. But it's tough because the knight is no longer here to defend d1, and now it's not just a pawn, but I'm attacking the rook. That's the only thing between me and checkmate. And yeah, after rook f1 here, I was able to play queen e2, attacking the rook and d1. So yeah, Lewis Gambit, great Gambit. Against the bishop's opening, I might, as a Bush Gas player, I do this automatically, but I might have to start playing knight c6 first and playing bishop c5 next turn so as to not fall victim to this devastating Lewis Gambit. Yeah, pawn takes d4, most people do it, and this is great for white. But bishop takes d4 here, yeah, I mean, this is all just good stuff for white and just really dangerous. I guess the point is knight c6. Well, queen h5 you can play, and knight c3. Queen h5, just draw the queen out a little bit. Then knight c3, knight d5. Like man, I would not want to play this against prep. And I did play this against prep, so that's why I don't want to play it against prep. All right, well, GG, Mr. Slugworthy. Thank you for showing me that game, for showing me that line. That is a good one. All right. Oh, I had a challenge. It went away. Oh, okay, it's back. All right, Scarecrow Kid, you've been waiting a minute. Good luck, sir. How many times have I played against that? I don't know. Are you looking at the answer on Lichess right now on the Lichess database? How many times have I played against that? Maybe one other time? I don't remember. What's the answer? Good game, Slugworthy. You played a great opening, and you really put that on my radar. Alright, we got a bush gas. Is he prepared? Does he have some preparation? That would be fun. No? Alright. Well, maybe. I don't know. But this is in the bush gas denier lines. Database says never. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. It seems like it would be more common. Lewis Gambit, great Gambit. And great opening choice, sir. Great preparation and everything. Yeah, so knight takes f2 here is a really strong idea against the knight being on e5. Because what we're able to do here is check. And if king g1 to defend h2, we can take the knight with this little zigzag pattern. So yeah, you have to go to f1. Tough situation. This is one of the main tenets of this line against bush gas deniers with knight takes e4 is that in most situations, we take again on f2 because it's convenient trade. And also we often have this queen h4 check little pattern. Let's start on this check. All right. How to get them. Something I'm thinking about is h5, rook h6, rook f6. If I do that, the other thing about h5 is there's another, well, bishop g4 is an idea, h4, h3 is an idea, but if there's just check, and I go here, it's so unnecessary. I could castle and then rook lift the old-fashioned way, but it's an entire move slower. h5, queen e2, king f8. You know what? No, actually, I don't know if you know what. Because h5, queen e2, king f8, b3, I think is a really good move. Rook h6, bishop a3, king g8, queen e8, checkmate. What am I talking about? I have bishop e6. Why did I just realize that I have bishop e6? Queen e2, I'm going to go bishop e6. And then I'm going to do this. All right. Let's do it. Ah, what a great, brilliant discovery. Okay, so bishop b2 is going to take away my hopes and dreams. That's fine. h4, h3. I did have a backup plan. I did have a backup plan here. Is it any good? All right, ignore principle, boys. How many moves away are we to creating a threat? Rook h6. Well, okay, let's go here. Yeah? Why not? Well, okay, here's why not. You can just take it. I think it might just be smarter to just go knight c6 and castle long. So we're just going to castle long, and we're going to be a little bit normal here. Hey, that's mean. Okay, well, okay. Here. Going to shift along here and mixing in h3. Mixing in some ideas. h3, so let's go rook g6. Queen f3 and rook g3 was what I was thinking. So we're attacking g2. Queen f1. Maybe, okay, well he took that. I didn't want to like give him anything this way. Yeah, I should have gone on the 5th rank. That way I would have had rook f5 in this position. Oh, we are so down on time. That's crazy. Okay, let's be fast. I actually have to trade queens here, unfortunately. But this is looking pretty good. Well, they're going to go for a little run. Can I win this? Yes, I can. And I can pre-move that even. Oh, that's mate. Oh, no, it's not mate. Check. Takes. That mate. Native 3 you can play. Now it's going to be mate. Okay. GG. GG, sir. Yeah, let's have a look here. I think he defended pretty well after getting into a rough situation out of the opening. Yeah, I had to be fast. I had to be fast. So, e4, e5, knight f3, bishop c5. So we had a bush gas, declined castles. So this is one of the main lines covered in the bush gas gambit denier video. Sorry, I've barely eaten all day. Player knight takes e4. First of all, a lot of people here go rook e1 and give you this, which is always fun. But in a lot of lines here, like for example against d3, what we want to do is actually just trade everything there just to create some imbalance so it's not just an equal boring position, and play d5. And this is pretty fun. Like we can castle here, we can try and play e4, we can try and take advantage of the king positions there. We got a rook and 2 pawns for a bishop and knight. So it's a much more imbalanced sort of equality, and even can be better for black. I think I have pretty good score with this in general. I'm looking at me here. Yeah, I have 35 games here, and I've won 80% of them. And I've drawn one of them. So, yeah. And actually against knight takes e5, I'm 11 for 11. So here, yeah, basically what we want to do to create some imbalance, because if we castled it would be the same. Yeah, I came with a salad intermission. We play here d5 with tempo, blocking, defending f7. Bishop d3 is probably not the best choice. Bishop b3 I still would have taken here, actually. I still would have taken here just because I love this pattern so much. Hitting h2, you can't go here because here I will be up an exchange. And otherwise it forces king f1. And then I know in this I covered this line, actually. And I remember when I covered this, it was castle that you can play if you want to gambit this pawn. And now here like a5, rook a6 and coming around what was the best resource for black. And this is a lot of fun because a rook and pawn for a bishop and knight, you probably take the bishop and knight over that in general. But their king's in a bad spot, and they have not touched the queen side. Feels like that happens a lot against bush gasses. And yeah, the rook's going to be coming around. Rook's going to be coming around. Like, if you ignore the rook, she's coming around the mountain when she comes. And I'm going to take f3 and force pawn takes f3, and then I'm going to get you. So I think I have some fun game. Oh, yeah, I have a game in this exact position. I went 84. When I went take, check, here, f5. Feels like a good move. Ah, because I want to go check in here. And they just give me this knight. Oh, wow. I feel like maybe I played this one on stream. This was my game against a 23-22. Nice checkmate. Okay. In the game, check, I played, yeah, king comes back to f1, as is necessary, takes, attacking the knight on e5. And so it comes back home to defend. This is minus 1.2, actually, with the bishop here instead of here. h5 was actually the best move. Or it stays high, minus 1.1. h5 staying winning. So check bishop e6. And yeah, h5 has a couple ideas, right? So this would be killer. And also h4, h3 would be killer. So b3 was a good choice because it takes away, with development, it takes away this. And also, you'll note my advantage can slip away really fast. Like if I just kind of do nothing for a couple moves, right? Here, knight comes to f3, rook comes in, and then all of a sudden, you know, they've got 2 pieces for a rook and a couple of pawns. And my queen would be trapped in that position after knight f3. So like, it's whether or not this is a strength depends on who has the activity in the position, right? like if there's ever something weird in the position, some sort of imbalance, like a pawn that's like really far advanced, let's say, out of the opening, right? Like you got a pawn like all the way to d3 out of the opening. Is it going to be a strength, or is it going to be a weakness that your opponent can just attack? Or like my queen's all the way down here, right? Is it going to get trapped, or is it going to be a strength? So what determines the answer to that question, whether something weird is going to be good or not, is who has the activity. It's not so much about the weird pawn or the weird queen itself. The weird queen itself, with no friends, is just going to stay here forever, and then just going to stick here and get trapped after knight f3, right? And what matters is whether the queen has friends and who controls the position quick. So the reason this is good for black is because I can be quick here. If you give white a few moves, this is really bad, right? But the reason that this is good is because I can strike quick, and the queen is going to be a strength. Because I'm going to be faster, and that's why it's actually really important here to play h5 rather than dawdle, because it's like a very dynamic sort of position. So here, the fact that like you know, my opponent is slower on development, and I'm going to be able to play h3 here, the weird queen is going to really come in handy. So here I'm able to play rook h6, swing that into action, bishop b2, saves this against rook f6, but here comes the rook to g6, and so already it's causing a lot of issues here. Queen f3 was not possible because of rook g3. Shout out to the weird pawn. And now the queen is chased away from g2. So tough situation for white. Trades on c6, which ruins my castle over here, but that wasn't the most important thing. Probably should have stayed there. Taking away g6 square was actually helpful, and probably should have just gotten this in the game. And gone control the first rank here. Because here, yeah, queen f1. I play king d7, which is the first slow move of the game that I play, and it hates it. Minus 3.7 to minus 0.9, and I should have just played h3. I should have just played h3, and actually you saw how this all evaporated with one move like this. King d7 was an especially bad choice to square, because knight e5 check is something it invites. So, really bad choice by me. I'm down to 17 seconds against a minute 40. We trade queens h3, and we both miss knight e5 check. We both missed knight e5 check, which would have won my rook. But this worked out for me. Back to -4 because of the poor development for white, and they're not able to save that knight as the king goes flying, and eventually we're able to track down Mr. King. Whew. Tough game there against Mr. Scarecrow Kid. Good one, and good demonstration of these weird Bush gas lines, where they castle on this move, as a lot of people do. In fact, it might be the most common move. d3 is actually the most common move, unfortunately. Oh, no, that's just against me. Wow. Isn't this crazy? I'm going to show you something. This is upsetting. Look what I just realized. This is me, what people play against me, right? So overwhelmingly d3, 46%. And then castle sometimes, right? Which are denying lines. Only 12% of people have taken this pawn. But in general, most people take the pawn, and it's only 21%. I think, this is a very unrepresentative sample, and it's 167 games. So this feels like people just don't want to go for it against me. I think something that it also might be is like, I play this really fast because I'm just blitzing out my own theory. And if you see someone play it really fast, maybe you wouldn't want to do it. Because otherwise, like if you think about knight takes e5 for 2 seconds, you'll think it's so good. Because it attacks f7, and like if you castle to defend it, just d4. This is just +2 for white. You're just up a pawn and more. So, I mean, the point here is knight c6, and we get the funnest lines of the Bush gas, right? But it's just interesting to me. Anyway, knight takes e5, then d3, then castles in order of commonality across everything. All right. Oops. Did you guys have thoughts on this? Yeah, I was looking at my own games. A lot of these players would play good enough moves very fast. Yeah, I mean that just depends on the time control you're playing, and whether or not, like, how important is it to get this move right. Like, if you're in like a critical, crazy position where like this move will either be winning or losing, then you need to take your time. But otherwise, you know, You're just in a situation where kings are castled, nothing crazy going on. Just look at your worst piece and move it. I mean, it sounds so simple to say. Even I don't take my own advice. I get into crazy time trouble all the time. Like every game. But it's all about first gauging the move value. How important is it to get the move right? How much will the eval swing, so to speak? You want to put high move value on your opponent. You want to put them in a situation where not necessarily maximizing the eval, but maximizing their move value. Putting them in a situation where it's very important that they get the move right. And eventually, they won't get the move right, obviously. And so to do that, you've got to attack them. You've got to put a lot of pressure on them for them to keep finding threats. For example, situation in my prior game where I was ahead of pawn, my move value was incredibly high. I made one bad move, and I was immediately lost. So, and that was true for most of the game, actually, if I would have made one bad move. So, yeah, because my king was stuck in the center. My opponent's activity was very strong. All right, I went on a bit of a tangent there. Yeah, so this line, I was going to say something else about it. I don't remember. Castles, yeah, castles. This is covered in my Bushgas Gambit Denier videos, and we would like going knight takes f2 a lot, and that check cool patterns. Best move for white here, IMO, is d4, because it invites some mistakes. High move value. Pawn takes d4 is the most common move, and it's a bad one. Rook e1 here, and this is a nasty line. Double pin. Don't take this knight either way. And then rough situation for black because you move your queen somewhere, and knight takes e4, attacking the bishop. You're still stuck in the middle, and you're not going to be up any pawns, and this is bad. So don't let that happen to you. Against d4, make sure you've watched my video and you've got this all covered, but this is what you got to do. And then, like, you might get some sort of equalish endgame like this, something like this. But, I mean, this is kind of the best white can do. So, yeah, Bushcast Gambit Denier full video. Why did it takes e5 against if we play right now? All right, Mr. Ponzi, we actually have not played yet tonight. So, send me a challenge. Good luck, sir. All right. He just told me that he'll play the knight takes e5 in the Bushgas Gambit. All right. We're discussing. Oh, he's playing this. He is playing this line with the quick knight takes e5. Oh, he's playing the full stockfish line. Gambit glasses on, baby. Gambit glasses on. What's this b4? He's checked this with the. He's gonna go like this. He's checked this with the engine. Nobody plays b4. This game. This probably accounts for less than 1% of all games in the database. I'm willing to bet that right now. b4 and knight a3. Way less than 1%. But it kills the main ideas of the Bushgas. So yeah, I got out prepped here pretty bad. All right, let's get off of this. Let's make it this what we can. What's up, WCO? Gambit glasses on. Not the best position. Let's try and hit him with f5. So this is what we typically want to do against knight a3. So he played b4 before knight a3, which is even better, because there's no takes a3, which is what we would have played. But I want to play queen g6, f5. We still got those gambit glasses on. We still got the power of bush and gas flowing through us. What might we want here? Knight e7 to support? Probably. So f5, I mean, I'm down a pawn kind of for nothing. And they've got a great center. And the Bushgas bishop has been subdued by d4. Yeah, he knew this b4 knight a3 stuff. I was out prepped today. Here the knight comes into e5. So. And what to do. Alright, we gotta let that happen. I don't really have much of a choice. King's still in the middle. Enemy king still in the middle. Would be cool to keep it that way. If e5, I'd be pretty happy about it. I understand why white might do it, because this seems a little dangerous. But if e5, I would go here. I would use the square. Knight e5 is the more ambitious option. Takes. Queen takes. Queen h5. I'm uncomfortable about this. But where else do I don't have, like, squares I like. Maybe takes, bishop takes, rook f3, knight g6. Oh, no, takes, bishop takes, rook f3, knight g6. That's a bad situation for me. You know what? Gotta increase the move value. No, wait. Takes, knight takes g6. No, it just loses very simply. Okay. Let's just move. This is my only square. Queen e6. There is this. That should have been way faster. That was literally my only move. Okay. Now I have to take it. Takes, pawn takes f6 would be great. That would be great. Otherwise, queen takes, I have bishop f5. Something. Bishop takes. And probably also bishop f5. Just got to develop. I don't think I have anything fancy. I think he's played really well here. He's played really well. I've also got to watch situations where this bishop gets traded and there's no knight d7. So takes, takes. Check, king g7. That's good. Queen e4, bishop f5. Yeah, so probably bishop e4. Yeah, I'm going to go here. Position just kind of sucks. Alright, I'll go here. I can't go knight takes f5 because of knight d7. That's what I was just kind of realizing. I just didn't see a better option. Yeah, knight takes f5, knight d7 is nasty. I got to go queen takes. I didn't want to trade queens. Alright. It's fine. The trade of light square bishops was good. And what I want to do... Oh, I can maybe... Okay, let's play a5. Maybe knight d5 at some moment. And we can maybe make some problems here. Alright. 29 seconds left. Actually. So we were... Oh no, it's 3 plus 2. It's 3 plus 2. So this is gonna be very legit. Gonna be very legit here. Let's go knight d5. Attack this. Got a lot of pressure now. Bishop d2. Oh, I have queen in. Seems annoying. Queen e2. Knight takes e3. Also takes d4. Things are falling apart. Things are falling apart. I could have done that last turn. Oh, don't give me that. Well, okay, check. I'm going to have to trade on f7 here. Queen e... So, I can't get checkmated here. Let's go knight f6. Well, there's rook e8. So... Or rook e7, rather. Yeah, let's go here. Rook e8, then knight f6, I think is what I'm going with. That way, I already got my rook here. So, okay, interesting. And I cannot let white's next rook get to the 8th rank, or else that will kill me. Takes... I don't think this did anything. I don't think that did anything. Rook cannot let that rook through. Under any circumstances. Not sure that boded well. Gotta go to f1. Attacking the rook. Want to go here. Takes. We'll trade. I think queen trade might have been a bad idea. Take, rook b6, c4, takes a6, c3, rook c6. I might just lose that. Oh, okay, wait, that's good. I don't know what to do. I should have just taken f2. I need to not allow that. Oh, whoa. Whoa, that was kind of random. Okay, wow. Whew. Wow. What a game. What a game. B4 has played 5%. Wow. I mean, we can't be publishing, we can't be making this go too viral about what to do against the Bushcast. But the line that Mr. Ponzi played against me was certainly the best. So taking this pawn, this is rare. Well, c3 is already the fourth most common move. Bishop c4 ends very poorly for white in a lot of cases. But let's talk about c3. It is the Stockfish recommendation. Queen to h4, attacking f2. Queen to f3 is the only move that will defend both. And we play queen to h6, stopping here. So, you're right. You're totally right. b4 has been played 10 out of 199 times. Mr. Matt Bader. Great stream tonight. I've become a much better, if perhaps more dubious, chess player because of your vids and gambits. Cheers and stay cool. Thank you so much, sir. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Is that me? Or you're my first super? Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Really appreciate the support. Yeah, you guys can... $2.99 a month was the lowest they let me put it. To become a member, special badges, special emotes, priority in challenging me, comments, priorities that show up nicely both here and on YouTube. But thank you to Mr. Matt Bader. Have a great night. All right, so we were just talking about b4 here with W Graef as black. I've only faced this 5 times on Lee Chess, which is I find kind of hard to believe. I have one bishop c4, one b4 now, and one knight a3. But, so yeah, b4 here and knight to a3 is a great choice by white, because the point is that if he plays the most common line, and with castles to defend this bishop and to prepare d4, right? Otherwise, if you play d4 right away, I can take this with check. Now we redirect and put pressure on h2. So what you want to do, what most people don't, is just defend the bishop right away with this rook. Now threatening d4 right away, and I just have to slide out the way, and this is already a +2 position. Because in addition to being down a pawn, the mighty Bushcast bishop has been subdued, and this is a great center for white. The best we can do, so if they play knight a3 right away, it's a little bit worse, I guess, because I have this option, but it's still quite good. I mean, I still want to play queen g6 and strike at the center any way I can. So I play your f5, but this is very well handled by Mr. Ponzi. What's up, Roland? And activates the knight all the way from a3, bringing that into the center of the board on a great outpost. So great stuff here. Castles takes e4. The best move was queen takes e4, apparently. Well, so yeah, I'm just trying to play f5, and I had to play an a7 to defend that. Queen f6 was my only choice to slide out of the way, and I already really drained my own clock. We're down 202 to 46. Takes, queen takes, bishop f5, and queen f3. So this is very similar to what happened in the game anyway. Bishop takes e4, and I found nothing better than bishop f5. So the position's plus 2.4. Take, queen takes, a4. Yeah, I was surprised. I think the easiest is just trading queens. It's just trading queens, and you can't really go wrong here if you're white, even just like bishop d2 or something like this, and just bring your pieces to the middle of the board. Really nice knight, and my bishop's kind of locked in. I would maybe try a5, something that causes some sort of issues, but a really clean extra pawn here for white, and a good opportunity to grind me down. So here a4 was played, but it allows me to play a5. So a4, I mean, trying to trap my bishop. But now after a5, this feels a little bit weakened. This feels like some sort of pawn exchange here is not going to be great for white. And these mighty 3 pawns that have been keeping my bishop dull and stopping c5 as well is gonna it's gonna erode, and there's gonna be targets for my bishop. So rook e1 was played. Best was queen e2, apparently. Best was queen e2. The point of queen e2, and white likes that, is it gets out of the way of this, and also I can't take d4 because of this check, I'm realizing. I can't take d4, so it defends everything. Rook e1 was played, which does not defend everything. So now I'm playing knight d5, putting further pressure here and here, and on d4. Bishop d2, trying to defend that, but now I'm trying to go in with queen c2. Better was just taking b4 and d4. But I like this move, queen c2. It was a little bit tricky, revealing this attack and this attack. So I was imagining queen e2, and I was just going to maybe try and play takes b4 and take this one. So in the game, queen h3. So offering me this bishop, interesting, check and take. Now, yes, I did not reset the counter with this, our favorite smothered mate little trap. I took on f7. And important to note here that against check, I have rook f8. So I'm not losing the game that way. So takes, and now I got to deal with some nasty threats because rook e8 is a checkmate threat. So I play here rook to g8 to try and deal with that, and after rook e8, now knight to f6. And as I was saying, after takes, I just need to keep this rook away from here. If you can imagine h3 and then this rook somehow getting to e8, I would lose. Right, so that was kind of the main goal there, especially in a blitz out where we had little time. Rook f8 was kind of just a loss of a tempo and allowed me to eat a lot of pawns. So takes c3, attacking the rook, and now we trade, and now, well, takes, that wasn't even the, like, I just should have taken here and probably just cruised with this b pawn pretty nicely. Again, keeping that rook away from the 8th rank, and I just don't have any issues. The queen alone can't get me. So, yeah, in the game, this got a little crazier, because take, and now we got some trades happening. I probably should have just recaptured here, owing to the fact that I have queen e1. I didn't really see that in time trouble. I just wanted to make my bishop solid. Queen c2 forced the rook back here, due to the threat there, and I got a nice solid bishop trade. And yeah, so the things that could kill me, I was playing almost out of fear there. I didn't want the rook here and a pass pawn, right? Those were the things that could kill me, and those were what I was just trying to deal with. So I freed myself a little bit. Queen there attacked the rook, and now queen a6, which was a very poor choice. Went from -6 to -1.8. Better was just trying to get them, right? Instead of playing so much out of fear here. Knight g4, I can get that king, which has really nobody around it. And my pieces are in great position. But queen a6, not the best choice. Yeah, f3 could have kept them safe. Queen b3, take. And then, I don't know, somehow I got these pawns up the board. I kept myself safe. And yeah, at this point, I think I kind of got it, and this is going to come up. And even if the rook does get to e8, I can still just go queen c4, defend this, and keep these guys rolling at minimum. But I was able to get that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Okay. I'm a little tired. I'm a little tired now. I'm probably gonna sign off. Yeah, I'm probably gonna sign off here. But I really appreciate everything, guys. This was really fun. And I hope you're excited. In about 9 hours, the new Yinyan Gambit video, full repertoire, will be published. And yeah, this was a fun stream. I really appreciate you guys coming here to watch me and to chat with me and interact with me. It's really fun. And subscribe here on YouTube, and make sure to join the Discord. And, well, you can find my full repertoire also. I make all full repertoire videos in all the Gambits, so check it all out on the link tree. And thanks so much. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out, guys. Have a great night.